All right, guys. Welcome to episode 4 of the Real Talk Brocast. As you can see, we have two guys that are not usually with us. We have Avery, who was here last time, and we have Tyler, aka TIMTHETATMAN,
aka Young Nubs,
aka Young Nubs.
Yes.
Some of the guys, aka Kobe, could not be here for this podcast. Shout out Kobe.
Because he sucks.
Because he wouldn't even tell us why. So we're gonna do it with these two, and we're gonna have a great time. And first of all, Tyler, I'd like to ask you a question to start this off.
Yes.
Is there a reason you dislike? What is the reasons you dislike Rise of Skywalker?
So I watched the first episode, by the way. I still gotta watch the second episode. Of y'all's.
Okay.
I saw the shout out. I love you, Kobe. So the reason I didn't like the Rise of Skywalker is because I felt it was not. Okay, here's the thing. I think it was a good sequel to The Force Awakens.
Okay.
I don't think it was a good sequel to The Last Jedi.
I agree. Okay.
Cole knows this. I love The Last Jedi.
I think it's underrated. A lot of people give it hate. I think it's great.
I adore it. I think it's the best character development that we've seen out of Luke Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
I think his character arc makes sense in terms of what he's been through. People bash it because he's like, well, he wouldn't just throw it away. It's not true. What did Obi-Wan do? I mean...
Exactly. No.
I
Look,
mean,
man, I
nothing.
see what you're saying because I agree with Cole too that I think The Last Jedi is hated on so bad.
Yeah. I think it's so underrated. I think it's at least...
It got so much hate when it came out. I loved it.
For me, it's top 3 of Star Wars.
I would say it's probably top at least 4.
Yeah, top 4.
It's up there for me. But then I think what Last Jedi did so perfectly was it like I love the scene where Rey and Kylo are in
Throne room?
on the throne, the throne room, and they just got done fighting those guys, and then Kylo's like, "Come with me," and then he's like, and then he kind of reveals to her about her parents, and he's like, "You're nobody." And I like the idea, and especially with the broom kid at the end. I thought the casino stuff was stupid, but the broom kid was really cool because it was kind of this message of you don't have to be from like this certain lineage to matter,
right? And
you can still be a hero. And like I would have been like in the end in Rise of Skywalker where she's like, I'm all the Jedi, like I am the descendant of every Jedi. I would have been fine with that if she was a nobody. Like it still would have made sense. She's just a Jedi. But I thought Palpatine. So I thought they really did that dirty. I thought Palpatine was stupid.
Okay.
I don't think there was a reason to bring him. The way they brought him back was dumb. I don't think it was dumb that he was brought back. I think the way he was brought back was stupid.
Yeah. Well, me and Avery are deep into the lore. I don't know if you're deep into the lore. Like,
I am somewhat.
Okay,
I don't think as much as
because
you
you know that Palpatine killed his. And what was his master's name?
Darth Plagueis.
He killed Darth Plagueis and took his powers, and Plagueis had the power basically to bring anybody and everybody back to life, including himself. So when Palpatine killed him, he got that power. So it makes sense, like if you're deep in the lore, that he would bring himself back. And
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it makes sense, but I just don't.
Do I agree that he should be hooked up to a big machine? No.
I thought that was stupid.
If he has the power to heal himself,
you saw what they said in the novel that he was a clone.
Okay.
I read that.
They revealed that he was like this clone. Which, like I said, I'm not mad at the fact that Palpatine was there. I didn't like the way they brought him back, and I thought the way that they made her connected to him was dumb, and it was like she had
I had called it.
Yeah.
Since
I remember
pretty much The Force Awakens or
you
Last
told
Jedi,
me.
I just had a feeling. I was like, dude, she's gonna be Palpatine.
I remember after seeing Last Jedi, you and I were talking, and you were like, yeah, she's either a Skywalker or Palpatine, and I was like, that lines up. But like I remember thinking like when people would say, oh, she's Palpatine, I was like, that is so stupid. Like it doesn't make sense, and like it worked. I will say the third act, the battle, like the battle was so good.
Yeah, I did enjoy that.
Yeah.
But I also watched a streamer, and he was talking about like kind of the movie was a make fun of Star Wars as itself.
Yeah.
At the same time, like not like just like a parody or something, but like all the things that Star Wars is, it kind of like made fun of itself as a movie. But I mean, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a good movie. I agree with you that The Last Jedi, I think, is a master. I think it's a really good movie.
So good.
The only thing I say about the sequel trilogy is that I think they should have stuck to one director through all three movies.
Yeah, that's the thing. That was another thing too. Was like, so you have like I think Force Awakens was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I think Last Jedi was phenomenal, and Last Jedi worked as a sequel to Force Awakens. But J.J. Abrams comes in and he says, "Remember everything that happened in Last Jedi? none of that stuff really happened. Like it, he kind of like dishonors everything. Like it doesn't seamlessly work. And I thought like if you would have had, now here's the thing, if you would have had a JJ sequel trilogy and Rise of Skywalker was the end of that, I'd have to see the second one to say, okay, this lines up. Yeah. But like you said, it was a different director, so it just felt so out of place. And
that was my only thing. I think when you see that like what Rian Johnson directed 8 and then J.J. Abrams directed 7 and 9, that all they had to do was from the get-go say, hey, we're going to stick with this one director.
Yeah.
Because J.J. Abrams, I thought The Force Awakens was fantastic.
Oh, I do. I love that movie.
Because they didn't bring Han Solo back just like so cliche.
Yeah.
Like,
and plus his death was phenomenal. Now I will say, Ben Solo throughout the sequel trilogy, such a good character.
Kylo Ren, Ben Solo.
I love his character, especially the moment in I thought the kiss at the end was kind of stupid, but especially the moment.
I agree.
And they looked over at me. They were like, "What?" Because I'd already seen it, and I was like, "I don't know."
It's here. It's just in the movie.
It
was just like it's in the movie. Here it is. But like I thought the moment where he was on the Death Star rubble and he saw Han, and it was a reverse scene of the Han's death. I thought that was beautiful.
Yeah, they like said the same lines and everything.
Yeah, I think that was one of the best moments in all of Star Wars because it's this deep 180, and then he comes and he comes and he helps Rey obviously, and then of course they have the Force where they drop the lightsaber. That was so cool. That was awesome.
And again, that's all in the third act, and that is just. I mean, you waited. Because The Force Awakens came out, 2015? So you've been waiting 4 years.
Yeah, I don't think it was horrible. I didn't like it as a conclusion to Star Wars. Mm-hmm. I think if I could go back and change it, I would, but I can't. Like, I still bought it. Like, it's on my iTunes account. Like, I own the movie. Like, it's a Star Wars movie. I'll love it because it's Star Wars, but at the end of the day, I didn't feel like it was a conclusion.
I thought the final shot was beautiful too. Of course, the gold lightsaber. I wish we would have got some more with that. Yeah. But the end where it's her and BB-8 looking off into the double, sunset.
Let me ask you.
Where it started.
Yeah.
Where
it all started, and I thought that was really just solid.
So let me ask you this. They've said the Skywalker saga's over. Like, it's done. Mm-hmm. Would you be down to see movies with Rey kind of as like this, like Obi-Wan or like Luke Skywalker figure?
The only
it's like I'm talking like 50 years in the future.
Which is old.
This is the thing.
Well,
if you are gonna conclude the Skywalker saga, you have to end it there. If you're gonna,
I kind of agree.
So don't revisit the characters at all.
I don't think so.
I
think maybe I could see maybe a Finn and Poe side series or side movie. I could see a Disney Plus series, Finn and Poe. I thought that'd be cool.
See, I wish, but
because they weren't Jedi. That's the way I see it.
So Oscar Isaac, he was like, that's not. Oscar Isaac was like very against the idea of ever playing Poe again because of what they did to him in Rise of Skywalker. Which I don't agree with the reasons that he gives, but it's whatever.
I just wish in that movie all the big things that happened, because if you notice, a lot of the big things that happen get undone. So when Chewie dies, he ends up being alive. When that girl on that planet blows up, she ends up surviving it, and then when Ben Solo gets stabbed by Rey on the Death Star rubble, she heals him. So I think those arcs wouldn't have.
Chewie dying would have really given the film an interesting direction.
Yeah,
because it was I would have when he died. I knew he wasn't dead just because it's Star Wars.
But for a second there, you're like,
oh yeah. For a second I was like, they're doing this. I was like, okay. I was like, they're saying gloves off. This is happening. This is the end of Star Wars. I would have been. I was like, all right. It was like an Endgame when they just randomly just kill off Natasha.
They killed Loki in the first 5 minutes.
In Infinity War. And
all right.
I was like, okay, so they're doing this now. So they killed everybody. They just don't care anymore.
Dude, I just want to get your reasons because, I understand. I can see why people dislike it, but at the same time,
we personally think it's. I think it's in my top 3, in my opinion. But hey, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. We all saw it together, so we had that experience together.
The only trilogy that I can see again, and me and Avery, and I talked about it with Cole, is an Old Republic trilogy.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be awesome.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. So
I'm excited to see what they do this new High Republic stuff. It's gonna be interesting. See what they do with that.
Well, I just want to get your take, man. So Cole, moving into our next topic, Cole found a action movie bracket.
I did, in fact.
And it's pretty loaded. I'm not gonna lie.
It's 4 sections. You got, I think, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2010s. So we're gonna go through that, break that down. There's obviously some big movies missing, but it's just with what's listed. A lot of the movies were good choices.
This Joker's blurry. I can't read any of that. Can you read it?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, and on Snapchat.
Is it crappy quality for you?
Mine's not.
All right, we'll go through that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
All right, you ready?
I guess we'll start in the 80s.
Yeah. No.
You want to start in the 80s or you want to start in 2010s?
I said 80s.
Go
Let's start.
80s.
We're gonna
All right,
start.
we're gonna start. All right.
Because I won't know at least.
So the first one is Die Hard and Temple of Doom, Indiana.
I think
Now-
Temple of Doom is the worst Indiana Jones.
How do you? Really? Worse than Crystal Skull?
Crystal Skull.
Okay, Crystal Skull is pretty
I'm
bad.
not counting that movie.
Yeah,
doesn't count.
that one doesn't exist.
Out of the original three,
I like The Last Crusade.
I agree with you.
Personally.
the third one's the best.
Yeah.
The third one is.
But Die Hard's great.
Die Hard's great.
Is the third one? That's the third one is with the Holy Grail, right?
Yes.
Dude, I love that one.
That one's good.
Yeah.
That one's good.
All right, so we're going
All
Die
right.
Hard.
And here we go. Aliens and The Last Crusade.
The last. Wow, I've never seen Alien.
Did we say Die Hard?
We said Die Hard.
Okay, good, because Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Great.
Very good.
Last Crusade.
I'm gonna go with Last Crusade.
I'm gonna go with Last
Because
Crusade.
I've only seen Aliens once.
I don't know if I've ever even seen it. I might have. There's so many.
It's on TV.
Last Crusade.
I've seen Alien vs. Predator.
Aliens is that's a good movie. Aliens is so good, but Last Crusade is just it's timeless.
Yep.
Best Indiana Jones movie.
Because Aliens,
That's my
Aliens,
favorite Indiana Jones.
Aliens still sets up a third one. Last Crusade's like it's over. Of course, they make a fourth one, but
They're about to make a fifth one.
Yeah,
Aliens.
What's he gonna
He's
do?
gonna be 80 years old.
gosh,
I mean, they're putting all the Indiana. They're trying to weave out the Indiana Jones. So you got Raiders of the Last Ark and Red Dawn.
Oh,
Red Dawn.
the OG Red Dawn.
OG Red Dawn.
I've never seen the OG Red
I've
Dawn.
seen the OG.
I do like Raiders.
But
Patrick
I
Swayze?
love Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I do too.
We're gonna go Raiders.
Something about George Lucas, man.
I swear, dude. Something about 80s George Lucas.
Yeah.
We're talking like
Yeah,
2000.
I
Like,
agree.
What do you think, Raiders or Red Dawn? You said Red Dawn.
I would.
Red Dawn's a good one though. Ooh, that's tough.
It is good.
I've never seen the original
See,
Red Dawn.
Dude, I hated the new one.
Is that like Josh Beck and Chris Hemsworth in it?
Yeah, I
Dude,
didn't like
the new one. The new one had fun action, but it was so stupid.
Yeah,
It was just like okay, this is
yeah.
it's over the top.
If you want me to tell you the seeds to this, Raiders of the Lost Ark is a 4 seed and Red Dawn's a 13 seed. If that has anything to do with it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think Raiders is just overall a better movie. I still
I-
love.
I think I'm gonna go
I still
Raiders.
love Red Dawn though.
The next one is Predator and Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills
first
Cop
one.
is so
Have y'all ever
good.
seen that?
I think I've seen half of one, and I think I enjoyed it.
There's like.
What was the
four,
first
isn't
one?
I don't
No,
know.
I mean the
Oh,
Predator.
Predator.
Predator's just.
I love Beverly Hills Cop, dude. That's one of my favorite like
Okay.
Eddie Murphy movies.
That was
That's
a 12
personal.
seed, by the way.
All
What was
right.
Predator?
5.
Oh fuck! Really? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Lethal Weapon and Roadhouse.
Never seen either.
I've
one
seen
of those.
Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon's good, but Roadhouse, I just laugh about Family Guy, where Peter does that bit where he like walks in and punches people. He goes Roadhouse.
Oh man, I hadn't seen Roadhouse. I've seen Lethal Weapon.
I haven't seen Roadhouse.
Do we have to go with the movie we've seen?
Yeah, I think so. I've never seen Lethal
I know
Weapon.
Roadhouse.
seen either.
I know Roadhouse is the same guy as Red Dawn. It's Patrick Swayze, right? Yeah.
That looks like the one to cut, yeah.
Murdoch.
Let me know when we're done with the 80s.
Alright.
Feel like we're getting close.
Top Gun and RoboCop.
Top Gun.
Top Gun, dude.
Top Gun.
Never seen the whole thing.
Yeah.
Only seen bits and pieces.
First
of it.
Blood and Commando.
Never seen him.
First
I've never
Blood.
seen Commando.
Rambo. Well, that's Rambo and Commando.
Yeah.
I've never seen.
That's
What's
the
Commando?
first one.
Is Commando Schwarzenegger?
Yes.
I love the first
Easy.
Rambo.
Yeah.
I'm
Schwarzenegger.
pretty sure First Blood is Rambo.
First
Ah.
Blood is definitely Rambo.
Yeah,
I
it
like
is.
First Blood.
I'm gonna go Rambo. I've never seen Commando, but I love all the
Yeah.
Rambo movies.
Panda.
And then
Commando.
the
Wait,
two,
wait.
the two,
Rambo 1. I'm just put Rambo 1.
then 2 and 15 seeds are the Terminator and Escape from New York.
Terminator.
Escape from New York. I didn't know this.
Terminator.
Terminators. That's a good one.
Alright, that was the end of the 80s.
Well, let's do the 90s and then we'll go down
Alright, the 90s is The Matrix and The Fugitive.
Matrix.
Is The Fugitive the one with Harrison Ford?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a
I've
great
seen the
movie.
Fugitive.
I don't know what that is.
God, that's a good movie.
He's like on.
Is it better than The Matrix though?
Dude, I don't know. Matrix is so timeless.
Dude, the Matrix is like a movie. Just
I'm gonna be honest with you. I really like The Fugitive. I know I'm
Fugitive is
gonna
a
get
good
all
movie.
voted
What
here.
is it? What
if
is
y'all say The Matrix, that's fine. I like
The Fugitive's about like Harrison Ford's like this criminal and he's like on the run for the law the whole movie.
It's a really good movie. I do enjoy it.
I'm gonna go Matrix.
I mean, I think Matrix is a
I don't know.
more.
They're both phenomenal.
I like it. Man, I forgot about The Fugitive. Is a 16.
Dude, you
Really?
cannot.
That's there's no way that's 16.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my
You could
gosh.
not kick out the Matrix.
No, I get it.
First
I'm not gonna
round.
kick out the Matrix.
Point
Matrix
Break
is
and
timeless.
Speed.
Wait, so what are we putting?
Matrix.
Matrix.
Okay. I believe it's a good
Wait,
movie.
so how are you doing this bracket on this one? On this?
Should we go across? I'm going down,
Okay, so
and then we're gonna do the whole left side and get
And
in
then
there.
we'll go to the right side.
okay, got
Should've
it.
done it.
Well,
I
the
know, I
next
should've
one
said that one.
is Point Break and then Speed.
Speed's Keanu Reeves, isn't it?
I think
Where he's
they're
on
both
he's on a
Keanu
bus that won't go
Yeah.
under 55.
Yeah.
And then
I've seen
Point Break.
Speed.
Point Break.
Point Break is where he's the villain, isn't
No, Keanu Reeves isn't in Point Break.
he? Yeah, he is.
He's
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze's in Point Break.
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze and
And
Keanu.
Keanu
Keanu's
Reeves.
the
I
villain.
watched it on
I'm
TV
pretty
the
sure.
other day.
I've never seen the OG Point Break.
I like Point Break.
The new one.
I have seen Speed though.
The
I
new
do
one
like Speed.
sucks.
Speed.
I like Speed is him and Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, okay.
I like Speed.
Have you seen Speed?
I've not seen Speed.
He's
but
like
I've
in
seen
a what is it, like a bus or 18-wheeler or something?
It's a bus. It's a passenger bus, and it won't go below 55 miles an hour, or it'll blow up. So he has to keep going, and he hits cars, and he has cops chasing after him. It's this whole thing, but then it's like this big terrorist plot or whatever.
Oh, that's
It's
awesome.
pretty good.
All right, we'll go with Speed, man.
I mean,
like
what do you
Point Break.
think?
I would say Speed.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it earlier.
I've seen Point Break.
Speed
I saw
sounds
Point Break
a
on
little
TV.
bit-
Avery's like, this sounds like, Point Break is like a surfer guy that gets on a motorcycle and uses his surfing skills
Yeah,
somehow.
I like that movie.
I do too. I think it's good.
Mission Impossible and Air Force One.
Air Force One with Harrison Ford.
That it looked
Never seen that one.
The OG Mission Impossible. That created an entire. Okay, I just want to say this is a sidebar. Mission Impossible has never missed a mark. Such good movies.
I personally think the first one is awful.
You don't like the first one? I love the first one.
I think it's just the special effects are just really.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
But
it's all good.
hey, but like the
He's
scene
right.
with the lasers, where he's coming
Yeah.
through and what's he trying to steal again? No, I haven't seen it.
It was
OG, bro.
It was a hard
OG.
drive.
Yeah, hard drive.
Yeah.
We're gonna go.
I haven't seen Air Force One, but I've seen the first Mission Impossible.
Air Force One's pretty good, but I think Mission Impossible is
Okay.
better. What's Air Force at sea at?
13.
That makes sense.
Bad Boys and Goldeneye. I'm
Bad
100%
Boys.
going Goldeneye.
I'm going Bad Boys.
I'm a James Bond fanatic.
I do. I like James Bond too, but do Bad Boys.
Goldeneye, bro. Pierce Brosnan is James Bond.
That is the.
Those are some of the good ones. Him and Daniel Craig kill it.
What are you gonna go with?
I don't know, dude. I love both of those movies so much.
If this,
Actually,
What
just
is Bad Boys 2 on this list?
let me look. Bad Boys 2 is on this
All right,
list.
we're gonna go with that one. Bad Boys 2 is better than Bad Boys 1.
We'll
Do
go
you
with
agree with
Goldeneye.
me?
Bad Boys 2 better than Bad Boys 1? Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
so
it's all right. So we'll go
Goldeneye,
Goldeneye.
The new Bad Boys was really good.
Dude, Bad Boys 3 was great.
I
It
need to
exceeded
buy
my
it.
expectations.
I thought it was gonna be bad,
I thought it was too.
but it was
They
actually.
did it- they
and they're
did
gonna
it.
keep going, and I'm really excited for them to keep going.
Yeah.
Good.
Have you seen any of the Bad Boys?
Yeah, I've seen the second one.
No.
They're all on there.
The second one's the best one. in
The
my
first
opinion.
two are on Netflix.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
third,
yeah.
the third
I know
one.
that. I watched the second one for some reason. I didn't watch the first one. Maybe it's because I
It's
saw.
not bad. Well, it
some
just
people
came
didn't
out
like
in
the
digital
first one,
a
they
week
love
ago.
the second one, maybe
The first one's good. It's just the second one is like
really.
I don't know. It's just so good. I feel like they upped the ante on
the second one's a lot funnier too.
It's way funnier.
And
Yeah.
they really realize that we're not gonna take ourselves seriously, so they get funny. You
Alright.
ludicrous looking mother.
What do we got after
Men in
Goldeneye?
Black and Con Air.
Men in Black.
I've
Never seen Con Air, so I'm
Air.
going Men in Black.
It might be.
Will Smith is just killing it right now.
Yeah.
Oh no, we chose Goldeneye.
Judgment Day and True Lies.
I've never seen True Lies. Judgment Day is pretty good.
I love Judgment Day.
Judgment Day changed time travel movies forever.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go
Judgment
Judgment
You
Day.
agree,
Yep.
Mr. Avery?
I do.
The Rock and Heat. I've never seen either. I may have seen Heat, but I don't think I've definitely.
I've seen The Rock.
The Rock is Nicolas Cage.
Yes, I have seen that movie.
And what the Heat?
Heat.
Heat, just Heat.
Heat.
What is that?
No idea.
Okay.
We're gonna go with The Rock.
Doesn't matter because the next two are Independence Day and Total Recall.
Oh my gosh, that's not fair.
Independence Day, dude, all the way. Oh, it's such a
I really
great
love
movie.
Independence Day, bro.
Honestly,
Total
Recall. I don't know if I've ever seen Total Recall.
I've seen
It's,
Total Recall.
OG
it's Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I know.
The new one's actually kind of good.
The new one is pretty good.
With Colin Farrell and Jessica Biel. Yeah. I gotta go Independence Day.
Okay.
Will Smith.
I agree.
That's the last one on the 80s and 90s side.
All right, we'll go through. We'll weed these out.
Okay.
We'll weed these out.
I said weed these out.
Alright, you have them.
All right.
I'm done.
All right, we got Die Hard and Last Crusade.
God,
That's already hard.
That's rough. That's a rough way to start. Man, I've gone back and watched The Last Crusade.
I'm gonna have to go Last Crusade. From what I enjoy personally, watching the
Yeah.
And
most.
alright, bro, people, before y'all hate, I don't think Die Hard's a bad movie at all. I think it's a great movie. But I've watched The Last Crusade so many times.
Yeah.
So don't hate on me for that. So I'm gonna go with
I'm gonna go with Last Crusade here.
I know Last Crusade. Yeah, I know Last Crusade is one of those movies I can pop in, and even though I've seen it 100 times, I can still really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Die Hard's one of those movies that, like, Die Hard's amazing, but it's one of those things that's like, if Last Crusade was on TV and Die Hard was on TV, I'm watching Last Crusade.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Timeless. It's so quotable. It's
George Lucas in the 80s again.
All right, we're gonna go Raiders of the Lost Ark or Beverly Hills Cop.
I want to go with Beverly Hills Cop because we already have an Indiana Jones movie.
yeah, and I know that's gonna be an instant loss against.
Yeah, Last Crusade was Beverly Hills Cop. Have you all? You said you've never seen it? You never seen Beverly
I've
Hills
seen
Cop?
half of it.
Have you ever
half
seen
of
it?
one.
Have you?
Yeah, I've seen the first two.
I've never seen 2 or 3.
Two's okay. I've never seen 3.
But the first one was so good.
First
I
one's
love it.
so
It's like I feel like that's one of the movies that made Eddie Murphy who he was.
Oh, so yeah, okay.
Well, I think that's one of the first movies that introduced like you can be funny and have really good action. Like if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have 21 Jump Street in the way it is now.
Yeah. I want to know one of those so bad. All right, Lethal Weapon, Top Gun. Top Gun.
Top Gun.
No.
Top Gun. Sorry, Riggs and Murdoch. Top Gun.
Yeah.
Maverick takes.
Rambo or Terminator. Rambo 1 or Terminator.
Dude,
Terminator.
Classic action, dude. Both those movies have like changed action for.
Dude, I'm gonna.
I like
That is
Rambo.
so hard. Don't think about the franchises as a whole.
I was gonna say because Rambo's been such a good franchise. Terminator hasn't.
But think about the first movie.
We're thinking about the first one.
Terminator.
Yeah, I would have to go with Terminator.
Terminator.
I was probably gonna go Rambo.
I'm thinking
Really?
Rambo just because he's like this action hero that's like he takes nothing, whereas
Yeah.
Terminator is just like I feel like Arnold is such a background character in Terminator. Like it's really about Sarah Connor
That's
and
a
like
good
why she's important. Don't get me wrong, he's amazing in it, but I feel like his moment to shine as like an action guy
Judgment Day.
is Judgment Day.
Call.
Judgment Day. Yeah, I'm gonna because I'm gonna pick. What's Judgment Day up against?
Men in Black.
Oh, that's tough too.
Yeah!
I'm out of here. I gotta go back out.
It's too hard.
Mr. Hardy.
Call my dad.
Why?
He's gonna be the deciding factor.
I don't have his number.
I do.
Where's your phone? Oh, your phone's up there. Phone's
Yeah,
recording.
call.
Oh my gosh, this is hard.
This is
Yeah.
hard.
Just wait till we get to 2010s.
Oh gosh, don't even.
Because
start.
we've seen those movies, probably all of them, at least 5 times. Yeah, dude, that's.
You better answer.
Have you done the answer?
Liz.
It's her broker wrist making a TikTok. I can't.
Couldn't be me.
Who? I feel like I know who you're talking about. I feel like I saw it.
Dalen Page.
Yeah.
She legit.
Alright, how about.
Don't get me started.
Screw it. He's not answering. I say Rambo.
Just go with
That's all
Rambo.
right.
Just go with
Okay.
Rambo. Hey,
Yeah, Rambo, dude, that's gotta be it.
Man, I feel like I just watched Rambo.
Did she actually
First
break her
one.
hand?
The
I
first
saw it.
Rambo is so.
She legit broke her wrist. Oh my gosh.
All right. Matrix or Speed?
Matrix.
Matrix.
Have y'all
Both
y'all all
Keanu.
seen Matrix, right? Okay, good.
Both Keanu. Both really good Keanu.
Mission Impossible 1 or GoldenEye?
Again, I'm a James Bond guy.
I'm gonna go Mission Impossible.
But
I'm gonna go
we're
with
talking about the OG Mission Impossible.
You think about where it's come since then?
There's got to be another James Bond movie in the 2000s.
I think there was.
Like freaking Casino
Dude,
Royale.
there's like
No, yeah,
there's
there
like-
are.
There's
There
like 4.
Uh huh.
yeah.
I looked at it.
There's Casino.
No, I'm saying on the bracket.
Oh,
doesn't include
Yeah,
everything.
I'm talking about in the bracket.
Yeah, there is some. I was like,
If there's
40
Casino
James
Royale
Bond
on it, then
There's Skyfall,
let's go Mission
Spectre.
Impossible. Oh god, dude, freaking!
Oh.
I love Casino Royale.
we saw Skyfall together.
Yep.
I love Skyfall. I saw Skyfall on IMAX. That was good.
Dude, the end of Skyfall is fantastic.
So, I'm ready for No Time to Die.
It's supposed to come
Oh,
out
yeah.
in April.
Billie
Yeah.
Eilish did the song.
On such a good
Perfect.
song.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll go Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible.
Not a
here.
big, not a big Billie Eilish fan, but that
All right.
song was good.
Men in Black or Judgment Day?
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
That was gonna be harder. Thought it was.
God, dude, I love Judgment Day.
I do too. I also love Men in Black.
That's so good,
Alright, The
dude.
Rocker-
That movie is so good.
The Rock or Independence Day?
I can watch it any day of the week.
Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Well, any day of the week. I can watch
Independence
it.
Day.
All right, now we're gonna keep narrowing down. Last Crusade or Beverly Hills Cop?
Come on.
Last Crusade.
Last Crusade.
We've talked about it the whole time.
Yeah, Last Crusade.
I want to go watch it now.
Top Gun or Rambo?
Plus.
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
From what I've seen of it, I'm gonna go Top Gun. I've never seen the whole thing.
God, you gotta watch the whole
I
thing.
go Matrix or Mission Impossible. I gotta go Matrix here. I love
Mission Impossible.
I love
or
the
Matrix.
Matrix.
Mission Impossible.
As a
some of my
whole-
favorite movies
As a whole, I think I like the Mission Impossible movies more. But
If we're talking
dude,
just
the
the
Matrix,
first
they're
one.
just like.
It is.
We were talking about
We're not talking about the first one, yes.
We were talking about
What
those
started them
movies
all?
in general, and The Matrix is a better movie.
Yeah, Matrix.
You can't tell me when The Matrix is on, you're not like, hey, let me go watch The Matrix.
Oh, all the time.
Let's turn it on now. All right, Judgment Day or Independence Day? I'm gonna have to go
Wow.
Independence Day. I'm going Independence Day.
We might argue this.
Who's in that? It's Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
Goldblum, yeah. Great.
Why isn't Jurassic Park on there? Not on an action movie?
Yeah, I think so.
Or I feel like
But it just puts some random.
that'd be more
movies on.
sci-fi than it is action.
This one's tough.
Jurassic Park 3 is better.
That other one's pretty good.
Dang, dude, that one's tough.
What do you think? Judgment Day or Independence Day?
I'm a Terminator.
Terminator 2 or Independence Day?
Okay, I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna be a dumb reason, but purely based on the fact that I have a poster of one in my room. I'm gonna go Judgment Day.
I like
That
Judgment
movie-
Day better, dude.
that movie-
I'm not arguing. I'm not gonna try and sit here and say that. Man, I like Independence Day more than Judgment Day because I can tell you every time Judgment Day is on TV, I watch it every single time.
The track.
Did you see the new Terminator in any at all?
No.
Yeah, Dark
It was
Fate.
actually really
I
good.
actually
okay?
enjoyed it. Yeah.
It was like an actual direct sequel to Judgment Day.
I think if that's the last one, that's fine. They're done. Don't make any
Arnold
more.
Schwarzenegger's like 90 years old.
Because they just keep screwing up.
I loved it. I thought Genesis was awful,
Genesis
but the new one was
sucked.
good. Dark Fate was good.
Only reason I watch Genesis is because of Emilia Clarke.
She's very attractive.
I'm
Mama.
gonna go with Judgment Day.
I got Independence Day.
I'm going Judgment Day.
Avery.
Good Judgment Day.
Avery's
Oh,
a Terminator guy. I know he is.
I love Terminator, dude. Dude, if my dad was here, he would have been Terminator.
All right, well,
day.
we're gonna leave these four here,
Okay.
and then we're gonna come back to them.
Alright, let's go. Alright, these may be some movies that y'all know a little bit better about.
These 2000s.
These are 2000s.
I was just a little baby.
First one
Oh, me
is Gladiator and IP Man. I don't think I've seen IP.
IP Man's Jet Li, Gladiator,
Gladiator.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't that Russell Crowe?
Are you not entertained?
Yep, Gladiator. Alright, Fast and Furious, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Which Fast and Furious?
The
The
first
first one. I'm going. Oh!
Fast and Furious.
Fast and
Fast and Furious,
Really?
dude. Yes,
That's
dude.
the Curse of the
That's
Black
Curse of
Pearl.
the Black Pearl, though.
It is?
That is the
Yes,
OG.
that's
That
the
is,
first
oh, that's
one.
Okay, no. I think the second Pirates of the Caribbean is the
Dead Man's
best.
Chest.
Dead Man's Chest is
Yeah.
the
I love
better
Curse of
one.
Black Pearl, but
I
that
do
is the
too.
first Fast and Furious, and we've already talked about.
Oh,
That's
dude.
my top 3
you-
Fast and Furious movies.
Y'all know that I'm not a big Fast and Furious person, but I think Fast and Furious wins.
So actually, I haven't.
You sure it's
seen-
Fast and Furious 1?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
Fast and the Furious.
No, I'm saying on the list.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Fast and the Furious.
I actually had not seen 4 and 5 Pirates of the Caribbean. Or 4.
I've
is
not
there- is
seen
there
the
a fifth?
last
On
one.
Stranger Tides and Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Is there?
I have not seen the
I've
last
seen.
one.
I've seen.
I've seen on Stranger Tides, right? That's
Yeah,
four.
that's
What's
the
the
well,
third
the Fountain of
World's
Youth.
End.
The Fountain of Youth is
I've
the
seen-
4th one, and then the 5th one is Dead Men Tell No Tales. They like deal with
Well,
like
good
ghosts and
news.
stuff.
They're on Disney Plus.
Oh,
I think
they're
they're
all
I might
on.
rewatch them.
Yeah, I might have to
I
go
like
back
Curse of
and-
the Black Pearl.
Well, because I kind of fell off of the third one. I didn't like it that much. So I
Hey,
love
what's
that
one,
whole
Avery,
thing,
what's
dude.
one
I
of
thought
my
it
favorite
was
rides
really
at
like
Disney
the biggest
World?
fan.
I thought it was just so crazy.
They took out the best part of that movie.
Of which?
That
Yeah,
ride.
dude. I love the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney World because it's just.
Dude, did you know that the movies were inspired by the ride?
Yeah.
Yes.
The ride
I didn't
existed
know that.
before that.
And I love the ride.
That's one of those
They
facts.
changed it though, didn't they?
It's one of those
They
facts.
got rid of one thing. They were auctioning off a woman. They took it out.
Well,
Yeah.
that's,
Well, they
that's illegal.
changed it to where the woman's a pirate,
Yeah.
so they're not like.
It's still
auctioning
there's still an auction technically. But.
I forget what
Anyways.
the auction.
All right, so the 4 and 13 seed. This one's tough. Kill Bill 1 and 2. Bad Boys 2.
Bad Boys too.
I take Bad Boys 2, but I like Kill Bill.
Bad
Yeah.
Boys.
I've never
Probably
seen
not
either of the Kill
best
Bills.
Tarantino movies,
How many-
personally, But
We'll talk about that later.
yeah, we have. Hey, that's coming later. All right, 5 and 12 is 300 and Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
300.
300.
300.
I love Mr. and Mrs. Smith over 300.
I don't think I've seen that movie.
It's pretty
So
good.
it's
Like-
Jolie and Pitt. They're like they're
Right.
married.
Oh,
Really spies.
They're married
okay.
and they're given targets to kill, and it's each other. So like she's a spy
Oh,
for like
okay.
she's a spy for like I think Russia or something,
I have
and
seen
she
that
has to
movie.
kill him, and he's a spy for
I've
the
seen
CIA,
that.
and he's got.
But 300 though.
Okay, there's only one movie this.
Alright, guys.
Maybe two.
Which one? Let me see.
Taken
On Stranger
and the
Tides
Bourne
is one,
Ultimatum.
And then
On Stranger Tides, is this right there?
no,
Oh,
on
sorry.
Disney Plus.
Taken and the Bourne Ultimatum.
See?
Which Bourne is that?
That's the first one.
That's the first one.
Is that the first one?
Oh, dude, that's tough.
Oh, Born Identity is the first one, isn't it?
Oh, that might be the second one?
I don't know. Let's look them up.
Or is it talking about all the movies?
No.
Nah, Born Ultimatum is a standalone, or it's its own thing. Yeah, the Born Ultimatum
It's
is
the
the
third one. The third one's probably the best.
Third one's pretty good. That one sucked.
Dude, I loved the new one. I didn't like that one.
I love that one. I didn't like that one.
I thought that one was great.
I'm
Anyway,
gonna have to go back and
Dude,
rewatch
I'm
it.
looking at the 2010s and I don't. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. So it was Born.
this is just one that at the bar store.
Alright, the Bourne Identity is on here too.
I say the Ultimatum.
I think
is better.
Ultimatum is better than.
But what's it up
Identity.
against Taken?
Taken.
Taken is good.
Oh, dude, you gotta go with Taken.
I'm going with Taken.
Liam
Smart,
Neeson.
man.
If my dad likes Taken, then it's a good movie.
Oh yeah.
All right.
He also likes John Wick. So. Alright, the next one's the Bourne Identity and the Transporter.
Born Identity.
Casino Royale or the Italian Job, and you know where I'm saying I'm
Oh,
going.
dude, that's not even a
Casino Royale.
question.
Casino Royale.
I don't even know what the Italian Job is.
Italian Job is
Inglorious
good.
Bastards or Wanted?
Bastards.
Inglorious
What movie is Wanted?
Wanted is
Oh, I've seen Wanted.
Angelina Jolie
Jolie
and
and,
the dude who played James McAvoy.
James
He played
McAvoy.
Professor X.
Oh, dude, it's such a just kind of stupid movie, honestly.
Inglorious
It was on. It used to be on Netflix.
What's Inglorious Bastards is a
It's
I want the
It's
head of 100 Dead Nazis.
it's an
very
alternate
good.
it's an alternate history film by Tarantino.
You can't make it up.
and then that's
It's
what.
so good.
Yeah.
Inglorious Bastards. So good.
I watched it for the first time
Hollywood
yesterday.
too.
That's a good point. That's
Alternate
alternate.
history.
Most, some of his are.
I think yeah. Yeah.
He's a great. He's
Did he do Django?
Yeah, he did Django as well.
That's a good.
Wait, so it was
We're gonna talk about all these movies.
Inglorious was against Wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
Inglorious.
That all the
We're in the
2000s?
2010s, boys.
Oh,
Alright.
God.
I'll probably.
Let's start off with John Wick and IP Man 2.
John Wick. John Wick.
Dude, I
What
watched
is
the
the
first.
question?
I
I
watched the-
recommend John Wick to anybody.
I watched the first John Wick on TV 2 days ago for
So
the
good,
first
you
time in
remember?
forever. Because the second one and third one really were the ones that blew up. The first one didn't really get that much attention.
I've not seen 3 yet. I need to see
Three
it.
is
Oh.
I need to see
Our
it.
My
dad does
dad
not go
went to the
movies.
movie theater
And he- yeah.
to see the third one.
Is
Your dad never
Is it
goes
not
to
the
the movie
movie
theater.
On my birthday, we went and saw
Wow.
it, and
He
he went to the
hates
and
the movie.
hates
Pretty sure the last time my dad went to the movie theater was Christmas because he has to because of the family thing. I think he hates movie theaters.
Yeah, my dad
He
does.
despises them.
All right, Mission Impossible Fallout and the Raid.
Fallout.
Fallout was the
Oh,
most recent
dude.
one.
Wait, what?
Fallout was the most recent one.
Yeah, Fallout was
Fallout
great.
was so good.
Oh, dude. And what was the other one?
The Raid. I'm going with Fallout.
The Raid's
Did you even see it?
Raid's
Yes.
pretty good.
You did see Fallout?
Yes.
It's great.
I watched it on the Cinema Free app that we have. I
Oh.
ended up watching it, and I was like, all right.
Oh, so you're a criminal.
Arguably one of the
I
best
remember.
Mission Impossibles.
Yes, top 3 for sure.
All right, Mad Max and
Which
Fast Five.
Which Mad
Tom
Max?
Hardy,
Fast
Tom
Five.
Hardy.
I'm not a
Which
big-
Mad Max?
Tom Hardy.
The only one that came out this.
Dude,
Is it Fury Road?
But Fast Five, bro.
know,
What did I tell you was my favorite?
Fast 5 is the best
Oh,
one.
God.
Fast
All right.
5 is the best
All right,
one.
all right, all right.
Yeah, I think Fury Road was in my top, I think, 5 movies.
This
of
is Fury
this past
Road. This is
decade.
definitely what it's talking about.
It's gotta be.
Because it's the only one that came out this
I'm not a
decade.
big. Not a big
You're
Mad
picking
Max.
Fast. All right, you already wrote it
I wrote
down.
Fast 5. I wrote Fast 5.
But
Dude,
Mad Max.
the car chase scene in Fast 5
I thought you-
alone.
I'm not a big Mad Max guy.
All right,
to be
well,
honest.
I picked Fast Five because Fast Five is so
It is.
good.
It
I've
is great.
seen Mad Max twice. I've seen
Fury
Fast
Road?
5. Yeah.
150.
I've seen because it's always on TNT.
It's
God
always
dang
on
it, it's
TV.
such a
So
good
I'm
movie.
watching that every time it's on TV for sure.
All right,
I think that's
Hey,
All right.
Mad Max.
All
This
right.
Fury Road is one
this
of my
one
favorites.
we're gonna have to think about because this is Kingsman and John Wick 2,
Which Kingsman?
Is
the first one.
Kingsman.
the first one. Yeah.
If John Wick's already on there, I
Yeah.
think John Wick, the
Yeah,
first
I
one
say
again,
Kingsman.
was overlooked, like you said. It's still a fantastic movie.
No. Personally, John Wick 2 is the best out of the 3.
I haven't seen 3 yet, so I need to.
John Wick 2 is the best, but
Kingsman.
Kingsman,
so
dude,
good.
So
was
good.
so genre bending, like it was insane.
Yeah, it was really
It was
good
so
movie.
like creative too.
The
Like,
first
it
one, the
was-
second one was but the first one was just absolutely perfect.
Kingsman. Yeah, I agree with you.
for sure.
I love John
Skyfall
Wick. That hurt. That one kind of hurt.
or The Edge of Tomorrow.
Stop that. Stop that.
We saw Edge of Tomorrow together.
Stop
it's
that.
so
Oh,
good.
I love that movie. I love Skyfall too.
That was one of those. We were just bored one night. I was like, Lennon, you want to go watch Edge of Tomorrow? And he was like, sure.
Here's the thing that makes me pick Skyfall. The villain in Skyfall is one of the best Bond.
Isn't it Christoph?
But it's Christoph.
What's his last name?
Wintz?
Waltz,
yes. But
thought
Edge of
that's-
Tomorrow is like
I thought they were making a sequel to that.
they were. I don't know why they haven't yet.
We don't know what
I
happened.
want it.
We saw both of those.
Edge of Tomorrow is like such an original concept. Like it's like Groundhog Day, but like
futuristic.
but for like a war.
That's a tough.
And we already have Casino Royale on there.
And Casino Royale, I think it's better
I
than
do-
Skyfall.
I do like Skyfall though, but I think I'm
gonna
gonna
go with Edge of Tomorrow.
Have you even seen Edge of Tomorrow?
It's Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt.
I haven't.
This one's not fair. This next one's not fair because I love The Equalizer, but the movie it's going up against is just it's getting pounded in
What is
the
it?
Inception.
Inception.
It's not fair, and I love The
Inception.
Equalizer. Me and my dad love The
Hey,
Equalizer.
I mean, we've taken off some good movies. We're taking off
Sicario or The Raid 2, and that again.
I haven't seen either one of those.
I like
I haven't
Sicario.
seen those.
Sicario's good. That's
I feel like that's a cartoon.
that's Emily Blunt and who's the Mexican dude?
I always forget that dude's name.
He's
I know who you're talking about.
Did you ever see Mother with Jennifer Lawrence?
No, he's in freak. Is he not in
Watch this here.
episode 8? Is he not the?
Yeah. Oh my God, it's
You know who I'm talking about?
Yes,
It's
he
the dude
is.
that
He's the
picks the
casino guy.
lock and gets. He's a casino
What's his
guy.
name?
Yeah,
What's
he's
his
got
name?
Benicio.
He's got
Benicio del Toro.
Yes.
He's also the
Benicio.
collector.
He's the Sicario.
Yeah.
He's the
yes.
collector in Avengers.
And
Alright.
then
Oh
the
my
last
God,
one's
he is.
Django
He is.
Unchained and Jack Reacher, and it's Django.
Django. I love Jack Reacher.
Jack Reacher is good.
All right,
All right.
Did you ever see the second one?
let's get to the Elite Eight on this
What?
one.
Jack Reacher.
It wasn't as good as the
I
first
haven't
one.
seen it.
First one's
You have
great.
not seen it?
First
First
one's
one's
great.
phenomenal.
Avery's never seen Django. We're gonna get to this later.
Jack Reacher is one of the
Alright.
best explorations of espionage.
Gladiator, Fast and Furious.
Gladiator. No, I'm kidding.
Fast and Furious. Gladiator's
Talking about
good.
the same movie.
But
I've never seen Gladiator.
Fast and Furious.
OG.
Bad Boys 2 or 300?
Um,
Bad Boys 2 for me.
I'm picking Bad Boys.
yeah,
I'm
Bad
thinking
Boys
Bad
too.
Boys.
Have you seen it?
I like 300 though.
I've seen bits and pieces.
300 is good.
I like 300.
It's different.
It's one of Zack Snyder's defining films.
This is a Zack Snyder film?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
God, I want the Snyder Cut so bad.
So bad.
Anyways, Taken or Born Identity? It was good. It was Taken and Born Ultimatum earlier.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Taken because One Ultimate is better.
I'm gonna go take it. Yeah.
Liam Neeson.
Casino Royale or Inglourious
Inglourious Bastards.
Oh,
Inglourious
you gotta
Bastards.
go Bastards, man.
Inglourious
Yeah, you
Bastards.
agree with me there?
Yes.
Len, I'm
That's not
sorry.
fair. That's not fair at all.
Landon loves
Put
Casino
Casino
Royale.
Royale at the other side of the freaking bracket and they'll make it pass.
I love Casino Royale.
God, I love
I
Casino
do say
Royale.
dude.
one of
dude.
the best Bond films.
That's not fair.
of all time.
I wish I put Skyfall now. Now I'm pissed. Awesome.
All right, John Wick or Mission Impossible Fallout?
I like John Wick more. So, y'all go ahead and argue that one. I like John Wick more.
I'm gonna go John Wick.
I'm going John. Old Johnny Wick.
Yeah, I'll go John.
Sorry, Mission.
I mean, I want Mission Impossible Fallout, but
Hey, we have the first one still on the bracket.
that's true.
I'm pretty sure.
It is.
I think so, right?
I hope so.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Nope, we don't.
Oh,
Well, they get beat by.
Matrix.
all right.
Okay.
Casino Royale went up against the Warriors.
All right,
I'm
shut up.
so pissed.
Fast Five or Kingsman?
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. The best Fast and Furious. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll go Fast Five. You know what
That's
is
really
an
nice,
underrated
man.
Fast and Furious? The fourth one.
That's what he said.
The fourth one
Is that
I
not what I
love
said?
four. I love four.
Is that the one? That's the one where they
Drug cartel.
they break him out of the drug cartel. They break him out of prison.
Yep.
Love that movie. So good. It's the one where Paul Walker switches sides
Yep.
and he says, "I love you."
I said, forget about it, kid.
Forget about it, kid.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow, Inception.
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 Come on, dude. That movie's so good.
I'm gonna need to write this one down. Sicario or Django? Django.
Alright, we got one more
Did you
round
know?
and then we'll. Yeah, I think it's one more round.
Yeah, we gotta get these four down.
Yeah, we'll get to 4 right here. All right. Fast and Furious or Bad Boys 2?
That boy's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Furious because I
That
feel like
big
Fast
Fast
Five. Fast Five is gonna be. Fast Five is against John Wick.
God dang it, dude! Oh!
I'm gonna go Bad Boys 2 though.
God!
Both good TV
John
movies.
Wick.
Both-
Taken or Inglourious?
Glorious.
Come on, dude.
Sorry,
Come
Lee.
on, dude.
Sorry, Lee.
All right, John Wick or Fast 5?
John Wick.
John Wick.
John Wick.
And I was about to say Fast 5.
Dude, man.
That should have been the last one.
Who directed John Wick? Who's directed?
I have no idea.
That dude
Only
needs
reason.
paid an unholy amount of money.
I've never seen. Okay, I haven't seen 3 yet, but I have never seen a trilogy of movies do the exact same thing over and over again and still be good.
Oh,
Like,
you haven't even seen 3 yet.
The second one's the exact same. It's just John Wick killing people, but it's still so good.
Because like even the storylines, just like they might be a little different, but it makes a whole different. Like
Yeah, it's so
it's
good.
so good.
John Wick
You
or
gotta
Fast
see
5?
three.
Yeah, I'm kind of upsetting there.
Alright.
Do you like the Fast and Furious movies? Or are you one of those people that just isn't a huge fan?
I like them
Not a huge
for what they are.
Not a huge fan.
It's kind of like Transformers. I love Transformers. Like I own all of them proudly, but I'll admit that only 2 of them were actually really good.
Did you like the last one?
The last night?
Okay, thank you.
It was alright. It wasn't great.
Number 1,
Anyways,
the first one and the third one in Chicago are the best.
I love the third one.
Actually,
the first one's my favorite.
I did
I
read.
love the Egypt one too, though.
I was gonna
All
say.
of the 3 with Shia LaBeouf are pretty
I was
cool.
gonna say I revisited Revenge of the Fallen a few nights ago, and I watched it, and I was like, "This is better." Like it was a really good.
I'm surprised
character.
Transformers won on this list.
I know it was
That
a
is weird.
it was a really
Like
good.
Iron Man. I guess they're trying to stay away from like Marvel movies.
Sci-fi / superheroes.
That's-
I'm kind of glad because you would.
This is gonna be a good one. Inception or Django?
That's the 2 and 3 seeds. I didn't know that for a fact. And John Wick's the 1 seed.
Both.
What do I enjoy more, dude?
Both
I haven't
time-
seen Django in years.
Both timeless directors.
I haven't seen Jim.
You got Christopher Nolan.
I'm
You
excited
got
for
Quentin Tarantino.
Dude, Tenet. I'm so excited for
It's
Tenet.
gonna get delayed probably.
Oh,
And it
100%.
will. But
It-
I'm still
it-
excited. It's about time travel, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So excited about it.
I personally am gonna go Django.
I
here.
think I'm probably
And
gonna
I'll
go
give you the
Django,
reason
too.
just because I've seen that movie a good number of times. I've seen Inception maybe twice. Now don't get me wrong, great movie. But Django is, I think it's just really
The reason
The
I'm going with
acting's
Django is
Leo
because
got snubbed for that movie, pissed for
He
that.
got snubbed his entire.
oh, we got Leo versus Leo here.
Yeah, but Leo hero, Leo villain.
Leo's a good villain.
The reason I think I'm gonna go with Django here is because it's not just Inception's purely like action, suspense, and thrill. Django's hilarious.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's emotional.
Yeah.
And it's action packed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
And
Django.
it's Tarantino.
It's Tarantino.
What do you
We
think?
have a whole segment about him.
He's never seen Django. You
Yeah,
can't
I
really
haven't
vote
seen
here.
Django. I keep wanting
You
to
like
watch it.
Inception?
A little bit.
What are you gonna go
I'm
with?
not-
I'm gonna go with.
But then
Go with
again, I
Django.
was probably like 12 or 13 when I watched
Yeah.
Inception first.
All right, gentlemen.
What's going on?
I would say Inception because I saw Inception in IMAX and I remember how crazy that was. But Django, like you said, it's just story-wise,
Alright.
it's just better.
We're gonna go back to our final four on the other one.
Yep.
We got Last Crusade and Top Gun.
Are we talking about which one we're gonna watch on TV more? Because The Last Crusade's one for me every time.
Last Crusade.
I'm going
I've
Top
never
Gun.
seen all of Top Gun, so I'm not gonna vote it. I'm gonna go Crusade here.
Harrison Ford.
Look, man, I love Top Gun too.
Lucas. Gotta get it.
Yeah, I'll go because everybody else is. I'll be a follower. I'll go Last Crusade.
All right, we're gonna go Last Crusade and Matrix and Judgment Day. I'm going Matrix.
Judgment Day.
Matrix.
Oh, I'm gonna tie it. Well, I can tie it, or I can. Dude, I'm gonna tie it on it. I'm going Judgment Day, dude. Come on. I don't see how you don't.
It's so good, dude.
I don't see how you don't.
So good.
Dad.
Best sequel of all time.
No,
What is a better sequel than Judgment Day?
no.
The only
Empire
thing,
Strikes
the
Back.
only thing I was gonna say, the only thing I'll put up against it is
Yes,
Empire
sir!
Strikes Back. Empire
God,
Strikes Back is.
what was that? 70s?
Even
Was that
though-
70s? Is that why it's on
That
Yeah.
was 1980 on the dot.
Yeah,
sci-fi,
it was.
isn't it?
Yeah, there's no Star
You're
Wars in
seriously going Judgment Day over
there. Dude,
Matrix?
yes, I love The Matrix, bro, but Judgment Day is just a classic.
Dad.
That's the Terminator.
I mean,
that is the
dude,
Terminator.
the tractor trailer scene alone
Yep.
just makes the movie. When they crash and he walks in the fire with the metal like,
Yep.
draining.
Dude, The Matrix just had one of those iconic shots ever. Just the whole slow.
So does Terminator. He goes in the lava on a chain with his thumbs up. He's like, "You saved the world, John Connor. Good freaking job."
No, I'm going Matrix
He's still
still.
not dead.
Yeah, he's right.
Who?
Dude, all I'm saying is that when I think of
Did he survive?
80s action, or no, that's 90s. you think of The Matrix, but I think Judgment Day is a better movie than The Matrix.
Let me ask you this question.
You're not changing my mind.
I might have to.
Which one of these can beat Last Crusade for you?
Judgment Day would be the only player that can beat.
I think
I agree.
I think Matrix.
I think I 100%
No.
agree that Last Crusade is better than The
Last
Matrix.
Crusade is actually is top 5 movies on this entire list. First of all, so
Yeah.
I gotta go Judgment Day on this one, Cole.
I think I'm gonna have to change the Judgment
just-
Day.
We slayed them.
Peer
Let's
pressure.
go, baby.
I love
Avery
Judgment
gave
We
me
slayed
peer
him.
pressure.
I used to
Great
I love that movie when I was a kid though.
Which one?
All right, now we're gonna go Bad Boys 2 or Inglorious.
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 Are we going 2 Quentin Tarantino movies on the same side? Hold up, bro. Hold up.
Wait, John Wick or Django?
Holy.
Oh no! Oh no!
I've heard more good
Just
stuff
because
about that.
Inglourious Bastards is on one side, I'm going with John Wick on the other side.
Django's the better movie.
Django is so much better than
Django's
John
better
Wick.
than Bastards.
You think?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this later.
Oh. Damn it, dude. That's wrong. God. Yeah, you're probably. Django's funny too. Yeah.
I think Django.
I just feel like Django.
But
is a
John
better
Wick is good.
movie. I've never seen Django, but
I think John Wick could beat Inglorious.
I don't think it can. Well, I think John Wick can beat Inglorious, but Django cannot beat him.
No, Django can't. Django might just.
So therefore, if
First of all, what seed was Django?
Django was a 2.
Okay, I was gonna say Django.
John Wick was the one. Django
I was
was.
gonna say-
both of these can beat Inglorious, is the thing. Is the way I see it.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I just love Inglourious Bastards.
I do too. I think Django.
But of course, Casino Royale went up against it.
it went out first round. All right.
Django, it's funny.
I'll go Django.
I get a good laugh from that movie.
I'm gonna have to go Django
I'll
as
go
well.
Django, and then Django's gotta move on to the
Oh my
finals.
God.
Django's moving on. to
Yeah,
the
you might as
finals.
well put Django now.
Django's in the finals.
I love Inglourious
Alright.
Bastards.
Now this next one, this final 4 is gonna be hard.
No, it's not.
I don't know how long we spent on this movie bracket, but
It's been a while.
Wait, did we get that top 4? No, the 2010s.
yeah,
Sorry.
Django and
Oh,
Django
that was what we were
Inglorious.
just doing. I'm sorry.
And then Last
I
Crusade
love how
and
2 of them are
Judgment Day.
Tarantino movies.
All right, we have 2 Tarantinos in a row. Did you see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yes.
Did you like it?
Great.
Not his best, but good.
Great.
All right, Last Crusade or
We saw it at
Judgment
10
Day?
o'clock at night, and it was always 3 hours. And
I
I had to get up the next
I
morning.
saw it at 9.
We did see it at 10 o'clock, didn't we?
I saw it at 9. And I saw it at 9:30, and I had it at 8 a.m. the next day.
Last Crusade, Judgment Day. Last Crusade.
Judgment Day.
Last Crusade.
Judgment Day.
Last Crusade.
Dude, you cannot
You
tell
can't
me
turn your back
that Last
now.
Crusade is an inferior movie to
Look,
Judgment
I love
Day.
Judgment Day
I do
a
too.
whole bunch, but I have to go with Last Crusade
Oh.
here, buddy. Sorry. At least it's losing to a good movie.
Yeah, that's right. You know what?
That's why Kobe felt good about Lil Wayne losing to Kendrick because he lost to a great rapper.
Yeah, it's a
I,
good.
All right, Inglorious Django.
I
Gotta go
thought my way to the
Django.
final 4. All right, Django.
You gotta go Django
Yeah,
here.
for sure. Okay,
I don't
so
have an input.
Django against
Django
and Last Crusade.
You think Django as well?
Yeah. I love Inglourious Bastards.
All right,
I'm not
man.
swaying
So
you.
we're going 80s versus 2010s right here.
Best action movie of the last, what, 40
40
years?
40 years.
God dog. God dog.
All right. I got
Best
an argument
action.
for each.
I mean, I think this
I
list
did.
This list didn't include a lot of movies I would have included, but just for the movies we're given.
Like I
Yeah,
would
it's
have
a tough
put some
decision.
I would put like the Planet of the Apes movies on there.
Yeah, put a little
because
bit of
like
everything.
those are good.
I would have even included some of the Marvel
Transformers.
movies and stuff. I don't know.
Transformer.
I feel like that's its own bracket.
We
though.
need to do we need
Let's
to
do a Landon thing real quick. Last Crusade, right?
Oh, Rotten Tomatoes. Landon's
88.
He does
Last
he does
Crusade.
love
88.
He knows. See,
Dude, I bet Django's is higher.
88 for Last Crusade. 88.
Oh, nice.
Django's
Nice.
probably gonna be what 91.
Django's gotta be in the 90s for sure.
91. But
87.
Oh come on! You can't even make it easy on me. That's
No
not even
way.
fair. All right. I got an
Rewatch
argument
value.
for each.
Rewatch value. I've only seen Django like twice ever. It's just not on TV a lot.
I got an argument for each. The one for Last Crusade is that dude, it's gonna be a great movie till whenever, dude. Like because it's been good for 40 years. George Lucas was in his prime, dude. He's made some that movie set up a lot of different other movies. Like, you know, the way the action is, and Harrison Ford, you know, like
in his prime.
he's just, that's when you think of Indiana Jones, you're like, all right, Harrison Ford. Like, people know what Indiana Jones is.
A lot of people might not know what Django is.
Exactly. That's
Okay,
my
I like that
argument for
argument.
Django is.
Django is not talked. I'll make my argument in just a second.
My argument for Django is that arguably the best Quentin Tarantino movie, and Quentin Tarantino makes a ton of great movies. The other thing is like, dude, there is so much like different emotions in that movie that it can like just
Like what I said earlier.
it can switch from like, dude, like
Just
I'm trying to get
hilarious.
emotional, but you're laughing 2 minutes later. Especially when Leonardo DiCaprio as the villain in that movie is so good, dude. Jamie Foxx as Django is like.
Alright. So what I'm gonna have to go is like I was like your first point about Last Crusade is when people say Last Crusade or Indiana Jones, they instantly know what you're talking about. A lot of people might not know what Django is. You think of the impact that these movies have had on other movies, I'm gonna have to go with Last Crusade here because of maybe all of the, you know, the inspiration and stuff. You
It's
know,
timeless.
yes, like people instantly know Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford. Django, you might have to be like, wait,
Ah man, who's in that movie?
you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know who's in it, but you know, I know who's in it. Obviously, we all know who's in it, but you know, other
Because
people.
we're all film nerds. So.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So I'm gonna go with Last Crusade here.
Here's what'd you go with?
I think I'm gonna go with Last Crusade.
All right. Here's my argument.
Avery can't vote for
For
Django.
both. Yeah, you can't. So, Last Crusade's gonna win no matter what I say, but
I want to hear.
Last
what you have to say
Crusade,
about it,
like you both said, I'm gonna beat a dead horse here. Last Crusade has inspired so many films.
Mhm.
People aspire to make a trilogy as well put together as Indiana Jones trilogy was. They aspire to make a conclusion as good as Last Crusade was.
Mhm.
Not Kingdom of Crystal Skull.
We are not counting
Yeah.
that movie. That movie is not even.
Yeah,
I don't even know what
100%.
movie you're talking about.
It's timeless. It's Harrison Ford's at his best. George Lucas is at his best. Did George Lucas direct that? Yeah.
Pretty sure, I mean, it's a Lucas.
I think so.
It's Lucas Horror.
Or was it Spielberg? It might have been Spielberg.
But even then, it's George Lucas.
Regardless, it's a timeless film. It has some of the best like shots in the movie. It has some of
The
the one of the best
tank scene.
story. Oh yes.
I'm just gonna go ahead and just.
But I will say Django. I mean, yeah, Last Crusade won. But Django, like y'all said,
Spielberg.
Jamie Foxx is at his best. Quentin Tarantino's at his best.
Jamie what?
Fox. What did I say?
Whoa!
Whoops. Quentin's at his best. Leonardo DiCaprio. The hand scene alone is
Fan.
where he cuts his hand on the glass is so good.
Keeps going.
Keeps going, and it was real. It was real.
What was?
He actually cut his hand when he throws that glass stand.
Leo?
He
He
did
like
not-
slammed
that's
his
real.
hand on a glass.
That was 100% real, and he kept going.
He's such a dude. Leo's a great guy, great actor.
Because if you notice, like when he's doing it, he kind of looks to the side for a second, and then he looks back.
How bad was his hand cut? I don't remember.
It was
It was
gushing
like
blood.
dripping blood.
And
Yeah,
like if you
I've
go back
seen that
and
clip.
watch the scene, he does it. He looks at his hand, he looks up, and he's still talking. And he looks to the side, and he looks back. And what they said was like he looked at like the set, and they were like, do you need to come off? And he was kind of just like went back to acting. So they assumed he was like,
I
nah,
want you to know that's one of my favorite scenes in movies.
easily.
I don't honestly can't remember. I haven't seen Django in years, so I gotta go back and rewatch
But
it.
Last Crusade,
But overall,
The tank scene in
Last Crusade, man.
dude, the leap of faith
The
scene.
leap of faith.
The Holy Grail, where he meets the freaking what are they called?
The
Well, I was about to say cartel. It's not true at all.
I know.
Templar, the Templar.
Yeah.
the Templars. Yes.
You can't.
Last Crusade,
that
man.
is-
But I will say this.
That's a good.
I will say this. In 40 years, I can see Django being a film that people say this inspired this
Yeah.
side of filmmaking.
But at the same time, dude.
But right
in
now,
40 years, you'll be saying 80 years ago.
Yeah.
Last Crusade.
for sure. But what I'm saying is like kind of like I was speaking about Last Crusade or Indiana Jones or even Star Wars in today's regard. I feel like in 2050, if the world's still around, and people are still making movies, they're gonna say
And Corona
they'll,
doesn't kill us all.
they'll probably say something along the lines of "Inglourious Bastards inspired this," Django inspired this.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
then
yeah.
and then again, you could say Quentin Tarantino inspired a whole generation of directors, and if we get that,
And it's such a specific style of filmmaking.
it's hard. You can't.
Anybody can watch Indiana Jones and be like, "This is a good movie."
Yeah.
But Quentin Tarantino, it's one of those things where it's like you really got to dive deep into
Yeah.
the film to understand what's going on.
So I think that's a great transition to say. I mean,
I almost
what
got
do
I'm about
y'all
to eat in
think-
front of y'all.
I almost got that for lunch.
What do y'all think the best Quentin Tarantino movie is?
I can't speak.
All right,
on it 'cause
so-
I haven't seen all of his.
I haven't-
Well, you can speak of the ones you've
All the
seen.
ones you think. I watched yesterday.
I've seen like 2.
Yesterday I watched Inglourious Basterds for the very first time. I'd never seen it. I've always heard great things about it, and I watched it on Netflix yesterday. And I just had nothing else to do. And I thought it was fantastic. I think it lived up to the hype that everyone has always told me about. Sorry, I just opened my food in front of me. I think it's great. I think it's a
That's
great
spicy
movie.
fish and chip.
Yeah.
I didn't know they have that. Yeah, I'm gonna snack on that later.
How are you?
Maybe.
We're hey, not sponsored by Crystal, but Crystal, if you
Oh,
want.
dude, we
sponsor-
love Crystal.
Yeah, dude, I
Big cake.
yeah. Hey, look, Kroger. I like Inglourious Basterds. I like Django. I like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I like Kill Bill. I like Pulp Fiction. I mean, dude, like there are so many.
I've never seen Pulp Fiction.
I haven't either.
That's a problem. Have you seen Pulp Fiction?
I've seen it once. The ones I watched, I was like,
Yeah.
100%.
I mean,
It's not.
the
I
two
tried to
we
watch it
talked.
yesterday.
The two we talked about the most today, though, were Django and Inglourious Basterds.
But we haven't talked about Hateful Eight. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Not really Pulp Fiction that much. I hear everyone that tells me, sorry, that's seen a bunch of them, that's seen most of the Tarantino movies, tells me that they think Pulp Fiction is the best. But I can't say that because I haven't seen Pulp Fiction.
I love Pulp Fiction, but it's almost like Quentin Tarantino adapts, dude, like to the culture. Like I don't know, it's like Pulp Fiction's such a different movie than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or
he's made a lot more movies than we think he has.
yeah.
No, not all those are actual movies like that he's directed. They're movies that he's like helped.
Oh, okay.
Look up films.
Okay.
Quentin Tarantino films, and go to Wikipedia, and then it says each one that he's directed.
Okay.
He was born in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Wow.
Whoa.
Hey,
Southerner? Alright, buddy.
he definitely gets us in. That's why we like the movies.
Swear.
He's won 2.
Yeah, what's his name? Brad Pitt's character from Inglourious Basterds
Okay,
from
yeah.
Tennessee.
So he has directed Reservoir Dogs, which is a great
Oh
movie.
my god!
That's a good movie.
Never seen it.
Wow.
It's a mob movie. Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill, Grindhouse, Death Proof.
Yeah, I have.
And then, of course, the last 4 have been some of his best. Inglourious Basterds, Django, The Hateful Eight,
Yep.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. The Hateful Eight, that was with the Chris Pratt and Samuel L. Jackson, wasn't it?
No.
That was
No.
Magnificent.
7. No.
The Hateful Eight. has-
Hateful Eight is
yeah,
Samuel L. Jackson.
It's Sam Jackson
Kurt
and
Russell,
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. Yeah.
That's
No,
right.
With that twist at the end.
Is
Yep.
Magnificent Seven, is that Chris Pratt?
That's Chris Pratt.
And doesn't have Adam
And then-
Sandler in it.
That's
That's Ridiculous
That's
6.
Ridiculous
You got
Six.
Ridiculous 6, Magnificent 7.
Hateful
Weirdest,
Hateful Eight.
weirdest trilogy of all time.
No.
But they are. I like all
Wanna
of
get
them.
that?
Hey, Ridiculous Six is hilarious.
This is fun.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
it's really fun.
His
Oh.
lowest rated movie is Grindhouse at 63%.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's such a weird name.
Let me go see what I said about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because I feel like I said, I don't want to go back on what I said
I
about
love that movie.
It's a phenomenal movie.
Yeah, I really enjoy. I know Avery loves it.
If you like research before, like while you watch it, you realize how true to
Fantastic cast,
the
dude.
story it is.
Really good cast.
And then that ending is just
Ending's fantastic.
It's just
we
ridiculous.
waited 2 hours for that ending, and then it
more than
hit,
that.
and then it was just so good. So I personally, man, dude, I can't get off the fact that Inglourious Basterds is just a great movie.
Can't remember what I said. Pretty sure. I
I know I love Django too though. So I can give you 2 that can make an argument for his 2 best personally, and it would be Inglourious Basterds and Django. I just love war movies, and Inglourious Basterds being pretty much a war movie, I would have to go with Inglourious Basterds. Some of my favorite movies are like Saving Private Ryan, Fury.
Fury.
Yeah.
Fury was so good.
Saving Private Ryan, Fury.
Oh, Saving Private Ryan was on that list.
No,
It should have been.
should have been.
That is
That's an action movie. 1917, some of my favorite movies I've ever seen. Well, I've all been war movies, so
1917 is so good.
yeah. The thing they did with that movie, man, is just phenomenal. So yeah, I think my favorite's Inglourious Basterds, and the reason is just I'm a big war movie nerd, and that being a war movie and
Yeah,
taking
sure.
place in World War II is just such a good movie.
When did Once Upon a Time come out?
June or July.
It's summer.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to find my tweets. Okay, I'm not gonna even try.
I remember you saying something about. I remember your tweets. I think.
I feel like I remember saying something that around like it was one of the best. But the thing is, like when I see a movie, and I think it's really good enough to be the best of a certain series or the best of like, because like when I saw Endgame, I said vehemently, I was like, this is the best MCU film. Mm-hmm. And then I did a rewatch of the entire series, and I was like, it's top. Okay, it might not be the best. It's top 3. Like I had a lot of like. It's. I think my lists are always changing. Like,
yeah.
My Star Wars list is always changing. Like I said, I revisited Last Jedi, and I was like, it's top 3. But like next week, I could revisit Rogue One. Rogue One is top 3, and Last Jedi is number 4. So I would say Inglourious Basterds is one of the best World War II movies.
It's so good. Dude.
Once Upon a Time is phenomenal. Kill Bill's timeless. Pulp Fiction, again, inspired so many pop culture.
And dude, like we said, like man, I can't freaking stress this enough. Quentin Tarantino changes as culture changes, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Pulp Fiction, yeah, dude. Pulp Fiction is like when that movie came out, dude.
So good.
But then you look at Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, dude. And
it created a new style of film that should be done. People were like, should I make a film like this?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was recognized. It won.
Yeah.
It won quite a bit of
things. He's just. And then he goes back to a World War II movie, and then he does that. A Western movie at some sort, with the Hateful Eight, dude. Like, he can do it in any time period.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him so good.
I'm going to have to say, I'll go my 3 favorite. Because I don't think I can truly...
And they're all just so different.
Yeah. I think Django, Inglourious, and Once Upon a Time. And if I had to pick 2 to put in those places, I would probably pick Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. And then Kill Bill is a solid 6.
Reservoir Dogs is one of the films that you made that is overlooked.
Exactly. And that film is phenomenal. That movie is phenomenal.
Yeah. So
yeah.
It was his first one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Inglourious Basterds, and just the war aspect.
I think I personally. Dude, it's tough because I just watched Inglourious yesterday. I really enjoyed it.
So you're still kind of like in like this.
Still fresh on it, but I mean, I saw it recently. Yeah. I haven't seen Django in years, but personally, out of those 2, I think I do enjoy Django more because I think it is more funny than Inglourious Basterds, and I'm not having to read subtitles all the time, which I know I might get a lot of hate for that, but. It's just a little bit more enjoyable.
It's really.
It is slow.
What? Yeah, it takes a while to build.
Which I gotta ask you.
Yeah, no, the ending is insane. But Django, I love that movie. But y'all, I think y'all are sleeping on the Hateful Eight, dude. Me and my dad saw that when I worked at Malco. Sorry, I'm burping.
That was a while ago. You worked at Malco.
I know, it was a while ago.
Jesus.
But me and my dad saw it. One of the day it came out or something, and we loved that movie. I think it's so good. It is, and they tell it like out of order, and then they.
And we have just said what we've said. If Hateful Eight is an overlooked movie of a movie you've made,
if Hateful Eight and Reservoir Dogs are 2 like overlooked,
you've made.
There's some.
So if I have to make a ranking, I haven't seen. I think I've only seen his most recent 4. So if I have to make a ranking, I'm gonna go.
You gotta see Reservoir.
I'm gonna go Django. I'm gonna go Hateful Eight. I'm gonna go. Inglourious Basterds, and then Once Upon a Time.
I haven't seen enough of his movies to make.
But you.
But even the worst, and I
love the history behind it too.
Yeah.
I'm taking out. What was that one we saw that was like a 67 or whatever? It was
the
Grindhouse.
I'm not gonna include that one.
Everybody has a bad movie.
Because I haven't seen it. That's what I'm saying. Like you can.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
The Grindhouse.
Hey, look, Rotten Tomatoes, 67. I mean, it can't be that bad.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
Well,
Yeah.
but like, if you say like, okay, Tarantino's worst film, let's say Kill Bill Volume 2 is his, which it's not, but let's say that's his worst film. Even that movie, like, that's something to be said. Like that's like Christopher Nolan. Like Christopher Nolan's like worst film is still a good movie. It just means that you're making so many other.
What's his worst film?
What is it? Memento.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's still a good movie, but like it's not as good as. Or I want like the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight trilogy.
Love it.
I do too. But like Dark Knight is obviously the best one out of all of them.
Well, it's one of the best movies of all time.
That's true.
So-
But even even out of that trilogy, if you say, okay, well, Dark Knight Rises is the worst of the three, I don't agree with that, but you say it is, that's even something to be said because that movie's still phenomenal. It's like, so, like, Tarantino, like, yeah, we can say, like, what our favorite is, but, like, even my least favorite is still a great film. And that just says something
Like,
about
you can sit
who
down
he
and watch
is.
the
I
movie.
think
Any day of the week, for sure.
that's what I was telling Kobe Lennon when we did the one on Zoom. When we were talking about ranking our favorite movies and stuff in the different franchises. I think of Marvel, like, I know we jokingly hate on it, but like, there's not really just an absolutely awful Marvel movie or the MCU movie. Thor: The Dark World, it's not the best, but it's not a bad movie.
But you can sit down.
I'll sit down and watch it.
I can still sit down and watch Incredible Hulk.
Incredible Hulk, pretty good movie. It's not even Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
I mean, but I enjoy it.
I said they make a Mark Ruffalo Hulk movie.
Only reason that
That's
movie's in the MCU is because it mentions the superheroes, the super soldier serum, and Tony Stark's at the end. That's the only reason the movie's in the MCU.
I rewatched.
Is that in
Civil War?
in the pack that you?
Dude, I haven't watched Civil War in years.
I rewatched Civil War yesterday, and I wish Iron Man would have won.
Dude, me too. I was on Team Tony all the way.
Oh, the other day, speaking of Civil War, the other day I went back and I watched the trailer where it reveals Spider-Man, and I still remember I was walking out of school and I was walking in my car, and it would have been my freshman year. Yeah, because it was 2016. I remember I was walking out and I was on my phone and I was like, oh, there's a new Civil War trailer, and I was looking through it and like I saw something about Spider-Man. I was like, there's no way, and I watched it.
Yeah.
And I like
got
went back to the day.
chills.
I got chills because I just
And
thought about like when
bro.
I first saw that he was like under ruse and he comes in. I was like Spider-Man.
Bro, they know that I am a Spider-Man freak.
Yeah,
And
Kobe's
I
good.
love Homecoming and Far From Home so much.
I love Homecoming. I wasn't the biggest fan of Far From Home.
I liked Far From Home. Just
I liked
love
it.
Man.
On Civil War, when
In the
Bucky goes to
Spider-Verse.
punch Spider-Man and catches his arm and goes, "You have a metal arm?"
Yeah. dude.
Whoa.
Tom Holland's just so good as Spider-Man, man. Like,
Anyway,
I think he's better than Toby.
back on topic.
I don't really like Toby, to be honest.
I never heard your favorite Tarantino movie.
I said I can't really speak on that because I've only seen like two.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're not a big Tarantino guy, are you?
I mean, I am. I
Yeah, I've
just
seen him.
I haven't watched.
Avery loves
all
Once
of
Upon
them.
a Time in Hollywood, though.
I'm trying to think of the ones that I own.
I was reading
Oh,
up
man.
on like the house and like the history after they went and killed Sharon Tate. Marilyn Manson lived in the house that she was murdered in, and there's like a recording studio somewhere. I think it's in Los Angeles. They legit still have the door
That's crazy.
where she was
though.
murdered, and they legit in Sharon Tate's blood wrote "pig" on it. I'm pretty sure it's still on there too.
Yeah, because it was Marilyn Manson's cult that killed her, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was Charles
Charles
Manson.
Charles Manson, not
Mhm.
Marilyn Manson. Sorry.
And he's in the movie, and I remember
Yeah.
you telling me, but
He's
the
in
guy that is Tex
Tex.
Walker, I think his name is, and he's in Mindhunter too. And I don't know if you've ever seen Mindhunter, but you need to give it a watch.
And like legit,
It's on Netflix.
pretty much
6
everybody except
Oh, it's a
good.
show.
It's got Jonathan Groff.
Oh, really? I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty
was it
much
John
everybody except the two main characters in that movie are all real.
Yeah.
Sharon Tate was real.
Yeah.
The movie that she goes to see
Yeah.
is a real movie
Yeah,
that she was in.
He's just, he can do that.
Every-
He can
legit.
blend fiction with
Yeah.
real bits, like Glorious Bastard.
It's hard to do that, and if you can do it,
They're like literally just about everything
yeah.
in there was real. Down to like the people that were living on that movie ranch. The dude who owned it was a real dude. He gave them all permission to live there, and
Yeah.
they
Well,
all the girls that lived in the house with them, you know, got down and dirty with them,
Yeah.
which is
it's still a good movie.
It's
and
very,
so
very,
it's,
very
I mean,
good.
all his movies.
They are good.
really
I really want to give Pulp Fiction a watch. I've heard
I
that's just
think you should,
insane.
bro. That's a really good cast.
Really
too.
good. Never seen Reservoir Dogs. Gotta watch that one. And maybe I think both Kill Bills are on Netflix.
Do you have Hulu? Okay, so this is off topic, but I just finished watching the show Future Man. It
I heard
has
about that.
it has Josh Hutcherson in it, and it
Oh, I
has,
heard of that show.
It has Keith David in it, in the first season at least, and it is one of the best shows I've seen in a while. So good, time travel. It's funny. It's hilarious.
Did you watch Lost in Space season 2? Because I remember we
did.
talked about that
I
first
did.
season. I didn't think season 2 was as good as the first.
I don't think it was. I'm excited to see what they do because her dad's alive. Spoilers in case anybody watches that show.
Ah, man.
Her dad's alive.
Alright.
Apparently, so.
Alex
Look,
from
man,
Modern Warfare is alive too.
I've already
Yeah,
wanted.
and he's Ghost.
I swear.
I think he
I've
is.
He definitely
already.
could be. Because that Season 1 skin that you unlock with the Battle Pass is legit the Ghost skin, except he doesn't have.
It wouldn't surprise me if his name was Ghost. Like, they changed everything about him, and, like, maybe he's just, like, he's a secret, or he's a secret.
Because, like, yeah, because, like, when you unlock that first skin, when I unlocked it, I was like, that's Ghost without the skull painting on it.
Yeah.
That's Ghost right there.
My go-to policy with any death ever is if you don't see a body that is dead, they're not dead.
Yeah.
That applies to
Woods.
to Woods. That applies to Ghost, or that applies to Alex.
Yeah, Alex.
Because Ghost, we saw the body. That applies to what's his name? Hopper in Stranger Things.
Yeah, because he's still alive.
Yeah, like
Oh, he definitely.
if you don't see
If you don't see his body.
if you don't see a body, that dies.
I knew he was alive.
Because I remember this one time I was talking to this one girl and she saw Endgame and she was like, yeah, I think that maybe Natasha's still alive somehow, and I was like,
Maybe who?
Natasha.
Yeah,
And I was like, no. And she was like, yeah, you
No, the
didn't,
body was dead.
you didn't see it. I was like, no, there's a body on the ground with blood out of her head.
Yeah.
Like she is dead.
Just
Alright,
wish Tony
before,
could
because I
live
know
through-
what you're about to transition.
You know what I was about to transition.
But I want to ask you a question because it's on Hulu now.
It is. I
How
watched it last
good?
night.
How good is Parasite?
Oh,
Oh
dude.
yeah.
How good is
Oh,
Parasite?
dude.
And look, bro, I watch Narcos, so I don't mind reading subtitles.
I don't either, but I just watched Inglourious Bastards last night, and I didn't really want.
Is
He's
it?
burned out. He's
I don't want to read more.
Is it
Really that good?
that good that the hype has surrounded it as?
Yes, it's one of the best horror films in the last 10 years.
It's a horror
Wow.
film. I've watched the trailer, and it just doesn't look like a
I
horror
think that's
film.
the thing.
It's well, okay, I say horror, but it is what scares you and what gets to you. It's suspenseful, it's a thriller. It speaks on everything from classism, so like the wealth, being mean to the poor. It speaks on materialism, what should we consider important to us, family or money. It speaks on the idea. It speaks on the idea of families, like what makes a family a family. It's good. It's fun. I don't want to spoil anything because it has like eight. It has like 8 twists in it. Yeah, going blind.
I'm definitely gonna watch it.
I really want to watch it.
I'll say this: it deserved Best Picture.
Okay.
Should 1917 have won? Yes, I think it should have.
Yeah.
But I think Parasite, when you break
It won best director, best cinematography.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
so
Parasite. Oh yeah, Bong Joon-ho. He is.
Does he have any other movies? That
Snowpiercer.
He's Snowpiercer.
There's Snowpiercer on
another one.
Netflix, and apparently that movie is just incredible.
Snowpiercer is one of my. Snowpiercer is my top 10 of all time.
It's got Chris Evans in it, Captain America in it. Who else is in it?
Is that weird looking British lady?
Nice.
Well, listen,
Snowpiercer on Netflix. Apparently, it's one of Bong Joon-ho's Parasite director's first movies. They didn't really give him credit for it though. Something happened. They didn't give him credit.
Well,
but apparently, it's like one of the best movies ever.
See, I saw Parasite everywhere, man, and I was like, and then you said you watched it, so I wanted to ask you.
I would say if you can get over subtitles, if you can watch Narcos, because I watched Narcos season 1. If you can get over Narcos, you can get over this. The entire film is in subtitles, but it's not.
You'll probably get so into it.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad.
All right. Well, I think we were going to transition into when we were talking about.
Y'all were talking about Call of Duty and stuff. Our next topic would be the debate. Is you go with PS4 or you go with Xbox?
I think
or just
that
PlayStation, not PS4.
that debate can be broken down into a lot of things. As far as console goes,
different
the type of people that play it, like who's better. Like,
and here's
gay versus straight. I mean,
what's going on?
it's a whole
So
politics.
When I'm going to start off
libtard versus.
Yeah. I'm going to start off with one of the main things is price, and I think an Xbox is way more affordable than a PlayStation.
I think the Xbox is cheaper than a PS4.
At first it wasn't.
Yeah, at first.
But now PS4 is more expensive.
And then you can go into the game availability. Now, I think
And
PlayStation
then you
can
can
one ups Xbox.
I think
Spider-Man has the show. We don't have a freaking baseball game.
Last of
Xbox
Us
has Last of Us. You get a lot of good games with PlayStation.
We have Halo.
We had Halo.
Yeah.
Halo.
I haven't had a good game in 6 years.
Yeah, last good game.
What
on
a
was
downfall
Reach.
of a freaking game
I
franchise.
know.
It shows a Halo called Halo Downfall at this point. I think the last really good Halo, story-wise, was 4.
You
Gameplay-wise was Reach. Halo 4 was good. It had a good story.
Man,
I like OTSD.
I think ODST is.
Actually, OTSD was before.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think
ODST was
ODST is
good.
still.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
We used to go over to Andrew Clink's house and
Yep.
play Halo ODST
So did
all the time.
all the time. But Again,
it is.
The game. Okay, so games. I think PS4 has better games.
PS4 definitely has
I
better
think
games.
Xbox has a better price.
I think. Yeah, I agree. I think
Xbox servers are trash. I can
Oh,
tell
they
you
are
that.
horrible.
I can tell you that.
Xbox
playing
Live
Xbox.
is terrible.
Xbox Live might be the worst thing.
I feel like Xbox Live on the 360 is leagues better than the Xbox One has been
Yes.
at all.
And I don't know what the deal is.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, because we'll be playing and
Speaking
it
of
just like
servers.
crashes
It
and
just
mine
crashes.
crashes and crashes.
GTA 5 needs to get their stuff together.
Yeah.
Because I hate being in a game. It's like, you're.
Yeah, dude. I can't.
Yeah.
I have to go into a invite. We can only play invite only games. And it's
Or,
annoying.
or you can only load into invite only, and then if you have a friend playing
Yeah,
in an
that's all you
online
can play.
session, you join from them.
Yeah,
That's the
I
only
think-
time I don't get kicked
I
out.
see. I can't say what's overall better. Because
There's
we
different
had a
things.
PS2. I mean, we played the PS2.
I saw a thing on Twitter the other day, and it said the real ones transition like this, and it said PS2, 360, PS4. And I looked back at my gaming history, and I was like, that's exactly what I did.
Well,
That's what I did
the
too. But
only
I bought the
reason-
Xbox One
The
like a year
only
later.
reason
How
that I
about
got
the
an
Saturn?
Xbox One because it was $200 cheaper than the PS4. That's the only reason I did
So
that.
like the Xbox One, yeah, it is cheaper now. Like it's $200. You can buy a brand new Xbox right now for $200. And like the PS4 Pro has not dropped in price since its release,
Yeah.
and that's kind of like it did at Christmas. It was $300 at Christmas, but like the
That's,
Pro,
that's a lot of money
even-
to just go and drop on.
even
a
the
console.
One X was $500. Oh yeah, even the One
Yeah,
X
I
was
was gonna say.
$500, and it's $350 now.
Yeah.
Like brand
Oh,
new.
I saw it was $299 now
Is
because
it?
they're getting ready for the new Xbox.
I'm not-
Jesus.
So I'm not getting the new one. I'm getting the PS5 though. Like when the
Okay.
pre-orders open, I'm there. I'm dropping like $100 on it because I think it's gonna end up being like $500.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm getting the
But
PS5.
I just don't want to spend $500 on a console.
I don't
Well, that's
know.
why.
That's why I
Because
just don't want to get an Xbox One.
'Cause my
dude. The 360
PS4
servers are still great.
My PS4, I had a PS4 for the longest time. I think I had the Slim when it first came out as a Slim back in like 2017. No, 16. And I had it the entire time. And then I sold it in like April of 2019 because I was leaving for the whole. I was leaving for the summer, so like I was like, I don't really need it.
Yeah.
And then I left for the summer, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get another one. And I was like, I want to go get the Pro because the Pro's much better. But I was like, I can get a PS4 Slim. And my thing was like, I saw the other day this guy was like buying a Pro, and he was like, finally got me a new PS4. His PS4 broke, and I was like, don't get that's $400.
Yeah.
And I know you're just gonna turn around and spend $500 on either the
Right.
Series X or the PS5.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
but I think here's the thing. I think actually, to be honest, the only reason I bought an Xbox One was to play with you guys, was to play with you and Colby and you. That's the only reason I bought an Xbox, was because he was like, yeah, I have an Xbox One. And I was like, all right, might as well
Yeah.
get
That's.
one.
I mean.
And I dropped
We used to play Fortnite quite a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we played Fortnite all the time together back in the day.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I bought an Xbox
the
One, was
game
because I
was
was,
good.
yeah.
Hey, it's still pretty good.
It's not.
It's
I
really
hate
They-
it. I hate it.
See,
I think, dude,
Fortnite-
Warzone is so much better.
Thank
than
you. Oh
Fortnite.
my God.
Warzone
I-
is so good.
Kobe, I need you back here, buddy.
Warzone is so good.
This is why people say that Fortnite is better than Warzone, and it's all right. You don't like. I don't think you're a big Modern Warfare fan. I don't think you are. I think you
love
like
it.
the campaign, but I don't think you like multiplayer, and that's totally fine. I
Because
understand that.
skill-based matchmaking.
Skill-based. Oh my
It's one
God!
of the
Don't.
most
That will be on
consistent
another
things.
podcast.
I don't
I'm
like
not
skill-based
talking about
matchmaking.
skill-based matchmaking.
Do you really like Skill-Based Matchmaking?
No, I don't want to get in and sweat every time I play the game.
Yeah,
You know how fun
that
Black Ops 2 was? You
Oh,
played
yeah.
against kids that sucked,
That makes sense.
but you also played against the good
I think
players.
I realized it's made me better at Call of Duty because me and my friends still get on
But
World War
God
II all the
dang it,
time.
dude, I
The
know
first
it's sit
game
there.
since Modern Warfare came out, we
Y'all
got
still
on
on,
World
oh,
War
I
II.
thought you said World at War. I was like,
No,
you still on World War?
On Modern Warfare, I played it, grinded on it. Me and my friend got on World War II, a game of shipment. I went 71-30 my first game.
World War II was a good game.
I absolutely love that
As
game.
hell.
For sure, dude. So
I
underrated.
can get on there with my Type 100 and absolutely destroy everyone.
The reason
trying to
people
play.
don't like if you like Fortnite better than Warzone, is because like Fortnite is kind of, what's the word, familiar. You play Fortnite for what, 2 years now?
It's so much prettier.
Alright,
So much prettier.
Warzone is a good thing for multiple reasons. Like, first of all, it's kind of a breath of fresh air. There's a lot of things that are new, like the armor system is new, and
loadout drops.
the loadout drops are new. You can't do that in Fortnite.
The reason I like Warzone better, here's the thing. I liked Fortnite.
It's my shoes.
I love Fortnite.
I liked
loved
Fortnite like back in like
at its peak.
summer of 18 when we were all playing together.
Yes.
On like season 3.
Yeah.
That's when Fortnite was phenomenal. Because like I remember we would stay up till like 2 a.m.
Dude, I think
every
Fortnite
night.
made video games fun again.
They did.
Oh, it brought me back together.
For a
But I
while.
remember. Do you remember when we got school canceled for like 3 weeks in January because of the snow?
Yes.
Yeah,
It was
remember
an
every-
entire
we were
That was
up-
before Fortnite, though.
We were up.
No, it was that was during
not.
because that
Fortnite
It was during
every
Fortnite.
night.
that
World War
3
II.
weeks, me, you, Landon, and Colby, like for like 3 weeks straight, every
That
night,
was like
every
my
night till
freshman year
like.
of high
No,
school.
it was
No, it
not.
wasn't because that was my sophomore year of high
It
school.
did happen freshman year of high school.
It did, but we were playing Fortnite.
That was my, I'm sorry, that was my junior year of
I
high
feel
school.
like I remember
Well,
maybe
I
a
was
week,
at
I
LB.
about 3 weeks. But
I
anyways,
remember we got out for that stretch of a week, and Fortnite had just come out that
It had
previous
came out.
year because it was January.
Yeah,
And I remember we got out for a week
yeah.
because I remember
Because
me-
we had just got the Xbox for Christmas.
yes, and me
We played
already-
Fortnite for the first time at your house.
yeah,
So
I played
when
it for
January
the
came in
rolled
third,
around,
my first
Avery came
game.
in third as first.
January rolled around and we were like, okay.
I remember.
Like,
No, it was like
yesterday.
right before Christmas when Fortnite came
and
out.
I'll give the
When we
whole
played.
year of the first year it came out fun.
Yeah.
Season 8, 9, and 10 was terrible. And
That was when I
I will
stopped
give
playing.
you that Fortnite is bearable now, but I don't think it's a fun game that I can sit
I
down
regret
and play.
spending $20 on a Kylo Ren skin.
Yeah,
I really
for
regret
3,
it.
I can't sit down for 3 hours and play the game like I used
I don't
to.
regret spending $20.
If
on
I had a
base
good,
skin.
if I had a good squad in
I would
Warzone,
look
I
at
could sit down and play for 3 or 4 hours.
But that's what I was saying was like when we had it was because it was me, you, Colby, and Cole. When we had a really fun squad.
And we were pretty good.
We were actually really good. We were up every night till like 3 a.m. playing. That was when it was fun. Was like when it started, and then
Dude,
just
it was
became-
literally like an every night thing.
That
I
was-
remember.
But then when Fortnite got really popular, and it was like everyone was
They
streaming
kept
it,
trying to just add more
Yeah,
and more things.
and I was
if
like-
you
when they-
kept the game
Trying on
basic,
the game.
Yeah.
if you kept the game
if you don't go
basic,
past
like,
season 5, or
that's
something.
why it was good, because it was basic.
And when it was, but well, yeah, I
But
agree.
then-
At the same time, like when it was one of those things where it was like me and my friends like discovered how cool this game was. We're gonna play it, and it really wasn't mainstream.
Yeah.
And all it was
When we
literally
started
just-
playing, it wasn't
It
mainstream.
was
Yeah, not at all.
mainstream.
It was
Dude,
like
season 2.
It was like season 2 had just started.
I mean, it did not have a lot of players.
Ninja had not gotten to his fame yet.
And
No.
people weren't
Streaming the game.
people weren't
dude.
building was a thing.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah, dude.
players started evolving on that game.
When
is
I
what
see people
makes the
edit
game bad.
and
now.
I
Makes
just
me
don't like to sit there and watch people edit. I don't want to.
I don't want to shoot at somebody and then just see a caster come
Yeah,
out.
like I don't want
Yeah.
to see that.
That's what I like
That's why
about
Warzone's
Warzone.
fun.
So Warzone to me though, I think my issue, not issue, but I think my reasoning is, I just like the mechanics of Call of Duty better. I always
Yeah.
have. Fortnite, they're not bad mechanics, but I've always been a fan of Call of Duty mechanics.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I lean more towards
Like Call of Duty
Warzone.
your whole life.
Exactly. I think that's why I lean more towards Warzone in terms of like, what can I get a squad of like 4 or 5 guys on and get going?
Yeah.
Is Warzone is like one of the things where it's like, the mechanics, like you said, they're familiar.
Yeah.
I recognize them. I will say though, I agree with you. I don't think skill-based matchmaking is the best. I think it's okay. I don't mind it,
Yeah.
but I wish it was going to turn it off. If I could turn it off, I would play Modern Warfare like
Here-
team deathmatches more
here
often, or like
is-
Search and Destroy,
Correct.
or gun game. Like even
Yeah.
gun game is skill-based, and
Yeah.
it gets annoying after a while because it's like gun game is so fun because it's like me, someone who knows the game, maybe someone who just got the game gets on gun game because it's easy or they think it's going to be fun. I'll mow them down any day of the week.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm getting dubs after dubs.
Yeah. Nate Shot said it best. As I watched Nate Shot, I've watched Nate Shot recently,
I like
and
Nate
he
Shot.
said that if you're not going to put a ranked play system in to give you rewards for being good, sometimes you just want to play post and just chill.
Oh yeah, for
But
sure.
you have
can't
to,
do
it's
that.
skill-based matchmaking. You have to sweat like you're.
The thing about Fortnite now is like I can get on Fortnite and like I'm okay at Fortnite and I can get on Fortnite or even Apex
Yeah.
and I can just go through and have fun and maybe most people down, maybe build some strongholds and
Yeah.
I can do that and it's not that big of a deal. But with Call of Duty, it's like I get in and it's like okay, everyone around me is just as good as me.
Yeah.
I gotta grind.
Yeah,
Just
'cause,
as
like,
good, if not better.
It's
but at the same time, it's like I don't need to win every time. But it's like at the same, it is kind of fun to hop on there with your boys and be like, oh, this team's trash. Let's get him real quick.
Yeah, I agree. But like, if I'm alright, there are some nights where I sit down and turn my light off in my room, and I'm like, alright, I'm about to try on Call of Duty. Other nights when I'm like, all right, let's just have some fun. I want a quick scope, or I want to, use a riot shield or something. You can't do that.
Yeah.
That's what made Call of Duty so fun. In Black Ops 2, in Advanced Warfare.
I showed it on that game to this day. It's cancer, but
Let me tell you what would be awesome. I would pay the money for it if they released a Black Ops 1, 2, and 3 complete remaster.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because Black Ops 3 came out on the new gen, but it just wasn't that great. But if they went back and edited it, I'd spend $100 for the whole Black Ops series.
I would.
Remaster.
I would 100%.
they're remastering Saints Row the 3rd.
They are.
God,
I'm so excited
really?
for that.
Man,
And dude, Modern Warfare 2 remaster was fun.
I
Already played it?
It's pretty. It's pretty.
Mhm.
You already played it?
Oh, my buddy says, yeah. It's
Um,
pretty good. But
yeah.
I need
The
the
Russian.
I need the campaign remastered. Not the campaign. I need
good.
the multiplayer remastered. Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer was.
I like this new multiplayer. I think the guns are good. I think the mechanics are good. I think I played Black Ops 4 a lot, but I hated it. The heal
wasn't
system was
fun.
stupid. I don't think that was
It wasn't a bad game.
Did I
but
play with you?
I think it was a good holder. I think it was a good placeholder until
I got
Modern
yelled
Warfare came
at.
out. Because it was World War II came out. Black Ops 4
remember
came
that.
out. Then Modern Warfare.
now, don't
came
get me
out.
wrong. Me and Avery loved World War II. And I think it got a lot of hate. But me and Avery
I
loved World
enjoyed
War
it.
II.
One
For a
And
while.
I know
3
a bu-
KD, baby.
a bunch of people
364
hated Advanced
for me.
Warfare. Now, Advanced Warfare, I think, was a pretty good game.
I think Advanced Warfare kind of changed the game.
Advanced. That was the one after Ghost, right?
That was one after Ghost.
Was it? Yeah.
Which Ghost gets a lot of hate. Me and Avery
I
love
enjoy Ghost. I still revisit Ghost.
Multiplayer maps, I'll give you that some of them probably shouldn't have been as big
Because
as
they were going for a 12v12 game
Yeah.
Yeah.
rather than 6v6. So they went to 6v6 and never fixed the map. So they're all huge.
Yeah.
Because they were intended to be.
But again,
That's
bro,
what
Black
we
Ops
tried.
2 is my favorite Call of Duty because I can tell you that me and Avery probably spent 80 days combined hours playing it.
So good.
My KD sucked on that game.
But again, the skill-based matchmaking, and I think should be eliminated if you're not going to have a ranked play system.
I think what Modern Warfare, the reason it drew me in was because, at least in the campaign, you get in the campaign and it takes place, the first mission takes place the day the game came out.
Yeah.
I think that's what drew me into it. Even the Modern Warfare games, it was always like, Modern Warfare 2 was 2011? Or no, it was based in 2017.
Yeah.
And it came out in 2011. MW3 came out in 2013.
2014 it took place. Modern Warfare. Maybe
That's
Modern
what
Warfare
I'm
3.
confused.
Modern Warfare 3
about
took place in
that story.
2017.
The Modern Warfare 2 is like 2014.
No, because Modern Warfare 2 takes place literally hours before Modern Warfare 3, doesn't it? I could be wrong.
I think you're
But
right.
Yeah, because the opening level is you trying to get Soap, or not Soap, Price back to the helicopter. And
Yeah.
you're hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I want to replay that campaign.
And
I'm
that
gonna buy
was
it for sure.
which one?
Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, it's so good. But and that was the thing. It was always step ahead. What I liked about Modern Warfare was this is saying warfare as if it was that's what I love about
Yeah.
Warzone is it's modern Call of Duty's always been a simulation to make you kind of get an idea of how war works.
Yeah.
And when they add those futuristic things, it's this isn't accurate. But
I hated Infinite.
if there was a battle royale that took
We're not even
place,
talk that.
I hate
That
it
ain't
so
even
much.
happen.
That's the one game we don't talk about.
If
that.
there
That
was a-
almost killed the damn franchise.
It almost
oh, for sure, that game was terribly received. It was one of the worst rated games of all time. I think just in general.
Since Black Ops, that was the one Call of Duty that I didn't buy.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I
It's
re-
the first, yeah.
I rented it. Yeah, I think the same for me. I rented it just to try the campaign, just to see what it was like.
Campaign was
Which-
wrong game for that campaign.
Which Call of Duty?
Wrong franchise for that
Yes.
campaign. Cool idea, but wrong game.
Felt like a Mass Effect
That's exactly what it felt like.
prequel. If you would have told me that Infinite Warfare was set 300 years before Mass Effect 1, I would have been like,
I'd be like, all
all
right,
right,
that makes sense.
all right, I agree.
If I'm traveling
Let's
to
get going.
Jupiter to fight a Chinese mining facility,
I was like,
don't.
I agree. Okay.
Which
So that's what I'm saying about Modern Warfare. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, you're good. I was about to say, which Call of Duty was Conor McGregor? Because he was in one.
I know what it is.
He was Black Ops 4.
No, because Black Ops 4 didn't have a campaign. Conor
That's
McGregor was in.
Oh,
I
he
think
was-
it was Infinite.
He was a character in it?
or Black Ops 3. Yeah,
It was
he
not Black Ops 3.
I think it was
Because
Infinite.
Black Ops 3 didn't
It
have
might
a
have been
technical
Infinite
campaign.
Warfare because he was.
Yeah, it did.
I think he had like
Black
a
Ops
daily.
3.
Oh, I'm thinking of the freaking
Who was Marshawn
zombies
Lynch
campaign
in?
that they
I
had.
don't. Which Call of Duty?
I didn't
was
like
Marshawn
Black
Lynch
Ops.
in?
Marshawn Lynch was in
He was,
Black Ops 3, maybe?
yeah, Conor McGregor was Infinite Warfare, Marshawn Lynch, yeah, poor guy.
Or maybe Modern Warfare
You got
3.
dragged into that?
Yeah, he definitely.
He was Black Ops 3.
Black Ops 3.
He was a character in
He was
it.
a character in the
I
campaign.
don't remember Black
Was he
Ops 3
Tempest?
campaign, dude.
Oh.
Yeah.
I swear.
Oh,
I mean, he
man.
But,
I don't remember the Black Ops 3 campaign.
Black Ops 3 campaign was the one where it's all like biotics and like you get killed. at the
Super
beginning.
storms and stuff.
And it's like the nanotech, and like pretty much the entire game is you're going through the simulation of your old life trying to find something, and then
Yeah,
you realize
I
like the
didn't
entire time you were like this. I don't know, but what I was saying about Modern Warfare was like
God, I didn't like
kind
that.
of tie that point with a bow is like if a battle royale happened, or like not even if there was like an on the ground battle royale that happened like today. This is what it would. That's what it would feel like.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
if like all the governments they're like, all right, just let's
Yeah.
war or whatever, and there's like, well, that's what it would feel like. It feels modern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you die and then you go to the gulag.
Yeah.
You do
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
I
but,
think
like,
that's a cool idea.
I do
If they
too.
did
I thought that was really cool.
I actually kind of like that.
but like
I have
Fortnite,
short kids in the gulag unless they get 725. I'm 13.
I
Yeah,
think
give me the deagle, I can-
Fortnite just, I think it was always just meant to be just a fun thing for you and your buddies, and then it took itself too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
They like Epic, like I don't bash them for this, but they saw the money in Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole cool thing about Fortnite was like, oh, here's this free to play game. Let's download it real quick and get on with my
Yeah.
buddies till 1 o'clock in the morning.
When the game was what, 5 gigabytes?
Yeah, and
That's
make it feel like how it was
More than that.
back when like Modern Warfare 2 came out, or like when
Dude, the
Black Ops
following
1
they
came
got
out, and I was on
behind-
360 until like 3 a.m. with my buddies just messing around. That's what we could do,
Yeah.
and like it brought back that gaming. And they're like,
I will agree it's not as good as it used to be, but I mean I still find it enjoyable.
I can't.
But-
I mean, I still have it.
I
It's
can't
on there.
find it enjoyable just because, like, when I get on there, when I say a game's enjoyable, I can sit down, I can play it for a long time without getting bored. I can play 3 games of Fortnite, and I'm over it.
yeah.
Warzone or Modern Warfare, I do like getting on respawns and just killing kids.
Warzone, if you know what you're doing, you can play 10 games in
Yeah.
a couple hours.
And the different thing about Warzone and Fortnite is you don't have to win Warzone to feel good. You can get 20 kills, and you can come in like 10th place, and you're like, all right, that was a good game.
But like Fortnite is like,
If you don't win, you're pissed.
yeah, I mean, and you can get 40 kills in Fortnite and still be coming number 2, and it's like this guy who's number 1, he's the best. Like this person was the best of the round, and it's like I don't think that's objectively true.
Yeah.
Because like if
I
you
think
get,
I get better.
yeah, let's say I get like 15 kills in a Fortnite match.
The guy that kills you has like 1.
And yeah, and the
It's
guy,
you.
and the guy that
Third
wins,
party view.
yeah, the guy that wins has, let's say 10 kills.
Yeah.
And I just did stats wise objectively better. He can still win, and like I lose XP because of that.
Yeah.
Whereas in Warzone, it recognizes how hard you work,
Yeah.
and it gives you that opportunity to gain.
Yeah.
Because so like you got a bunch of number 1 places, number 1 spots in Warzone, but if I'm sitting here with a lot of kills and maybe I haven't really got number 1, but I've got a number 2, number 3 here and there, I'm still helping my
The
like
thing about-
XP build.
The thing about
helping
Fortnite
my guy
is-
build up.
Yeah, the thing about Fortnite is you can have 4 players, but it's still not a team-based game. Warzone is 100% team-based.
Yeah, Warzone you have to have a team.
You have to.
Fortnite, if I can hop on Fortnite in a solo and get a victory royale, I mean that's fun, but like it takes out the point of Fortnite in the beginning. The point of Fortnite in the beginning was you and 3 other buddies get in a game and you get to work.
Yeah.
But now it's like
Now it's
you
like,
can-
dude, you can have 2 versus 4, and the 2 will win every time.
exactly. Or you can have a streamer who's a solo
Yeah.
player and he wins every
Yeah.
time. He or she
Warzone's
wins
not
every
like
time.
that.
Warzone, you gotta have a team. You gotta have a
If
strategy.
it's 4v4, if you go 3v, if you send one guy off to the side, you might lose that battle because it was a 4v3.
Exactly.
You're screwed.
Whereas in
You're
Fortnite,
getting
as
destroyed.
Fortnite, I can go start doing stronghold while
Yeah.
you guys are doing attack,
Yeah.
or you can do stronghold. Me and Cole are out attacking,
Yeah.
and we can still work together.
Warzone's just I think it's a breath of fresh air. I think that I know there's a cheating epidemic right now. I've
Yeah.
watched some guys that there's a cheating epidemic.
It makes me have to think though.
How's it like? What's the
Aimbot, wall
Yeah,
hacks.
there's a lot of stuff in it.
I mean, dude, it's ridiculous.
Just
Dude,
YouTube
go watch-
Warzone cheating.
Go
you'll
to
see.
like TIMTHETATMAN, his YouTube channel.
Well, the thing is they play PC, and it's easier to hack a PC game.
Yeah,
than
it is.
to hack
Yeah,
a
if you go in
console.
Xbox lobbies or PS4 lobbies, you're not gonna find a hacker usually.
Is Warzone multi-platform?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have
I
to
don't
have
remember
cross-platform on
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
want to play Warzone. Because
Okay,
if you
yeah.
turn it off and then try and go play Warzone,
Come on.
it'll tell you
I
to
couldn't-
enable crossplay.
I couldn't remember if it was or not. It's been a while since I actually hopped on and like seriously played it, but
Yeah.
but like Warzone though, like you said, like you have to like have a strategy, and I think also like I said, it makes me think. It makes me say, okay, guys, how are we gonna sit down and get this going?
Yeah.
Like, it makes me feel like I have to strategize my
Like, you
battle
can
plan.
hop into a game and you're like, all right, we got to go here, and then we got to move quick, or we got to get a bounty.
There's got to be a mission at hand, whereas
And
in
it's fun.
Fortnite, it's just like, where we jumping? Okay, let's get building, and let's get supplies, and let's fight. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that, but Warzone, like you said, it's a breath of fresh air. It's a new thing, but it still keeps that fun 100-player battle royale.
And dude, the map for 150 people is not big.
Good.
It doesn't feel big.
It doesn't, but
It's a
it's still
huge
good.
map.
It's good.
But it doesn't feel big, and I think that's a good thing.
One thing that I hate about Modern Warfare is with every new season, if you're not ranked 155, you get deranked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was level.
Again, there should be a prestige. I don't think they did the greatest job. And talking to watching people talk to the developers, they said something like, we're not making this for veterans of the series, we're making it for new guys.
That's why it's like it's technically a reboot of a beloved series.
And if Treyarch is going to do that, Treyarch, if you're listening, don't do that. Make it for your old fans. Make it for your old fans. That's where you're going to get the most money. You can't tell me otherwise.
Just remaster Black Ops and I'll buy that.
Remaster the whole series. Except Black Ops 4. We don't count Black Ops 4.
This new series or season coming out on Modern Warfare, I just wasn't a fan when I was level 112. Now I was 56 when I got on. I'm just not a fan of it.
There should be a
because you worked hard.
Yeah, I was level 112 when I got on.
And you don't level up slow. It's just that is 100 levels you have to go through.
I still remember when I first hit Prestige on Modern Warfare 3, and I thought that was crazy, and I was like, this was fun.
Yeah.
And then like it reset me, and it was like, now I have a goal to strive towards. I want to get second Prestige, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, it makes you want to,
I guess
sit down and ride for a while.
It's kind of their way, if you think about it, in a way that's, if you haven't hit 155 yet with that new season, that's kind of their way of prestiging.
Yeah.
Because like if you weren't there and then you get D-ranked, now you got to work all the way back up.
Yeah.
But I think for that, I feel like the seasons are a little too short to do that.
Yeah.
Well, I think the best thing that Call of Duty can do is, I'm all for the Black Ops remaster, but how about you just remaster the game and you start over with a new series? Because dude, there's so much stuff you can do. Why don't you just start over with a new series, make it to where veterans can love it, but at the same time, if you're new, you can learn the mechanics easy and you can learn the maps easy. Because there's a lot of maps on Modern Warfare that are not good.
I think that's what they tried to do.
They didn't.
They ditched the 3-lane map.
There's no three-lane maps. That's Call of Duty.
They kept it with
3-lane maps for Call of Duty.
They kept it with like Shoot House and maybe Piccadilly.
No, Piccadilly's not a 3-lane map. You can't.
If you think it kind of is, because you
got
arcade side, mid, buses.
I think
and
Gunrunner and
Gunrunner
Hackney are the best examples of 3-lane maps.
Hackney has it. But like you get into the bigger maps like Arklov Peak and things like that, you're just.
You said.
You're
okay. I'll show you.
Did Kobe say something?
Yeah. All right. Well.
It's just.
But I think that's what they tried to do with World War II. They were like, veterans are gonna love this and newcomers, and it just.
I'm in love with that game.
I like World War II. I thought it was.
And I think it might be.
That game was really good.
What contributes to that is like the World War II nostalgia, because I'm a big World War II person, but like it's just I love the game so much.
Well,
I could go home and play it for the rest of the night. Really,
I think
that's how much I like that game.
World War II.
Yes.
It's a good game.
I think that's a good way to end it.
Wait, no. All right, one quick thing. One more quick thing.
We'll end it with this.
All right, everybody give. We're quarantined right now, essentially.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
If you were quarantined with 3 albums and 3 movies, what would they be? Land and go.
Alright, my 3 albums, I'm going to go with that first. It's going to be Rodeo by Travis Scott. 2014, Forest Hills Drive, J. Cole. And I'm going to go rock, and I'm going to go with American Idiot by Green Day. That'll be my 3 albums. How about y'all go about albums and then we'll do movies?
Alright, you go.
Alright, 3 albums. 2014 Forest Hills Drive, obviously. Snow by, Deanne by Zach Bryan.
Okay.
Muscadine Bloodline EP. It's like their first EP.
Okay.
Albums. I'm gonna go Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
Put out the post. Hot dog.
Well, my first love, so I'm not gonna go.
Dude, I don't know if I'm just like, it's because it's recent, dude. I feel like I could just listen to the Weeknd's album over and over and over and be completely fine.
So good.
I'm gonna go After Hours right now
Okay.
because I'm loving that album. And It's kind of tough. I'm gonna go Birds in the Trap.
Yep.
Alright. I'm gonna go. First one, Birds in the Trap. Travis
Favorite
Scott.
album ever.
Second one, Die Lit, Playboy Cardi.
Yes, sir.
And then third one,
Get some Cardi love in here.
God, this is hard. I'm gonna have to go with Post Malone, but I'm gonna have to go with Stoney. Stoney Deluxe.
Yep.
Is what I'm gonna have
It's
to
a
go with.
deluxe.
Gotta be
You know, I
It has to
kind
be
of,
Deluxe.
part of me kind of wants to take out Birds in the Trap and put like a 21 Pilots album in there or something.
Yeah, that's why I put American Idiot.
I feel like I should have put like a rock album in there.
That's
Oh,
my
well.
favorite rock album of all time.
All right, movies.
Alright, movies. Saving Private Ryan, probably. I want to say a Star Wars movie, but I'll get back to you on that one. So that'll probably be my third one. Oh God.
3 movies. I mean, you only watch
I know one
3
that you should
movies.
say, but I'm not gonna say it for you. But I know one that you
Is
should
quarantine
say.
ever going to end in this regard? Because I don't want to pick something for the rest of my life.
Moneyball.
Oh,
Wow.
That's a
You
good
didn't say
one.
what I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah, I have to have a baseball movie because I'm still going insane that I can't even watch baseball right now. So
I can't tell you how many like replay games I've watched.
it's just so
I'm pretty much watching the entire like 2018 season.
And
of the
then
Rangers.
man, I probably won't even say a Star Wars movie to be honest with you. I'm trying to think. So what I say, Moneyball, Saving Private Ryan, and
Today, please.
man, it's hard. It's hard to think of a third one. You can think of 2, but then you gotta.
No, it's not that hard.
I'll probably just go with Empire Strikes Back. Probably. I like Episode 5 a lot.
That's a good one. All right, I'm gonna have to go baseball as well. I'm going to say The Sandlot.
I knew you were about to say
I
that.
do not get bored. I can never get bored of The Sandlot.
Love the Sandlot.
I was gonna say Major League.
That's a good one too.
Never seen Major
I like
League.
Rookie of the Year too.
Rookie of the Year is good. Bull Durham's another good one.
Mhm.
Moneyball's a great one. But
I like Moneyball better than Sandlot.
I do too. I don't know.
Sandlot's classic.
Sandlot's two different films, two different
Yeah,
movies.
yeah,
But
I agree.
Sandlot, I'll have to go.
I do like Sandlot.
You play
Classic
baseball,
baseball
girl. I'm gonna go Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't get bored of that. And I'm gonna go. Ooh, I want to go comedy. I'm gonna go Step Brothers.
Dude, I was gonna say Step Brothers.
I was gonna say 21 Jump Street, but I think I like Step Brothers a little bit more.
Alright, so I'm gonna go Step Brothers
Okay.
for my comedy. I'm gonna go Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, I didn't even think about that one. That's like half a day right there.
And I think I'm gonna go Endgame.
Okay.
Because I can watch the last hour of Endgame over and over and over and over
Oh,
and
the
over
last
and
hour.
still get chilled. Okay, yeah. The whole movie's great, but I'm just talking about that last hour which really gets
Avery
me.
agrees that
Infinity War's
The
great.
only
Everybody-
good thing about that movie is the last hour.
I think the whole movie's great.
I disagree with that, but I like Infinity War a little bit.
Everybody-
better.
I like the movie. Don't get me wrong. But
Alright.
I can't. I can watch the last hour over and over, but just that beginning chunk.
It does take
It's
a
a little
while.
slow,
It
but
is slow. Everything up until
the first hour's slow, the second hour's good.
I disagree.
Like when on the heist part, and then the third hour.
everything-
I disagree with all of you.
I know, I love it.
Movies is fast.
It is
entertaining.
the whole movie's fantastic.
All right, Avery, give us your 3.
Alright, so my first, just because I'm obsessed with it right now, would have to be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I just love the movie.
God, it is a good movie.
Second
I'm never gonna
movie,
watch it.
I'm gonna have to go with
I could be quiet.
comedy / like a kids movie, Over the Hedge.
Oh, I forgot about that. Dude, I forgot about that one.
That's what I was saying. The one that you should say, but you didn't.
You
And
wouldn't
my
have
third one, Landon should already know. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Mad respect.
Yeah.
You know,
Star Wars movie.
Look, bro, I can't tell. All right, so when I went in between times where I had a cable box in my room, and then I had an Xbox that I
I feel
could
like
download.
every kid did that.
So between that, every night I would turn on Over the Hedge and go to sleep. So
Every night.
it got to the point where I could quote the movie.
Such a good movie.
So
I'm gonna watch it tonight. I'm gonna
Over the
watch
Hedge,
it tonight.
it's as good as
I
I
have it
have.
on DVD.
Is it still on Netflix?
I don't know.
I don't
Is
think
it?
so.
I don't think so.
So,
We have it dead.
People talk about Disney movies all the time, but dude, DreamWorks, they be on that.
Well, yeah.
Open Hedge,
I
Open
agree.
Season, Shrek.
Yeah, I agree.
Flush Away.
Shark Tale.
Shark Tale.
I agree with you.
I saw
think
somebody on TikTok said that Shark Tales is better than Finding Nemo.
All right, look.
I don't know about that one. Dude, okay, so I just want to, real quick before we end, I want to go back to the very first episode. You guys, the reason I did this, I watched Onward yesterday. Such a good movie.
Oh, it's great.
Top 3 Pixar of all time.
You think me and him are literally the two brothers? Like, dude, we are literally.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see
I
it.
mean, my God.
You're Pratt, he's Holland.
I was freaking sitting there, and I was like, dude, like.
And you did.
You
kind of get sad at the end.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
I got sad thinking about
it was more like, damn, dude, like.
Yeah.
What, like, because it takes a turn. He's like, man, he wants to see his dad, but like, he's had the father figure his whole freaking life.
Yeah.
He just realized,
Yeah.
No,
It's
we're
sad.
not like that far into
But
it.
it's
but
still-
me and Avery could
it's a
probably,
brotherhood film.
yeah.
you relate to it.
I thought about.
I texted my brother after. I was like, I love you.
I have a buddy who he's probably 4 years younger than me. He's 16 and I consider him like a little brother.
Yeah.
And it got me a little teary. Just think about him
bro.
and our relationship.
Yeah.
We've known each other
Yeah.
for years.
Look,
just-
man.
It
I
just
still-
hurts me that Onward is on there and Rise of Skywalker isn't. Because
I just bought Rise of Skywalker yesterday.
I bought a box set,
the one at Best Buy.
collector's edition
Yeah, he
box set.
freaking bought
I'll go
it.
show it to you after this.
Okay.
I don't know. My favorite Pixar movie of
I
all
like the
time is
Marvel
Ratatouille.
one.
That's it, huh?
I want to get the Marvel one.
I have it.
Yeah,
I'll show you both of
freaking
them.
has
I want
it.
to see it.
Well,
Um,
I'll show you.
Marvel one,
My
$100-something.
It's
The
way
Marvel
more
one's
now.
like $500.
my favorite Pixar movie is Ratatouille, personally. So.
Oh, so good.
Cars.
My top 3, real quick. My top 3. Y'all, you're gonna disagree with me, but it's fine. Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
Onward, Ratatouille.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry.
Oh
Onward,
my God.
listen,
I agree with two.
I guarantee
two of
you-
those are perfectly right.
I guarantee. What's one isn't?
Onward.
I don't think Onward's top 3 yet.
Really?
Because I've rewatched all the other ones.
That's fine. I don't have to go back and rewatch every single one. You know what is a good movie that's underrated? A Bug's Life.
Thank you.
We'll end on that. A Bug's Life.
Everybody go watch A Bug's
A
Life.
Bug's Life on
Alright,
Disney Plus.
guys.
Go watch it.
Thanks for watching. We're gonna have his Twitter, his Twitter, his
Yeah.
Twitter, my
We'll
Twitter.
put a link to his podcast. Well, he's got
Yeah,
something on there.
dude.
You talk about that. Give
Go
him
listen to
a
his
little
podcast.
shout out.
Yeah.
Real quick, me and some buddies, we have a podcast. My buddy Aiden Turner and Landon P. We have a podcast called The Q Boys. It's pretty good. Our first episode was pretty good.
What's the Q mean?
The Q means equipment. It's where we stayed our first semester at Northwest Mississippi Community College.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
But yeah, so we are trying to get the second episode uploaded. There's been some issues with it, but if you like everything from movies to sports to theology to the Bible, we talk about all that stuff. We try to tackle all topics, things that we find interest in. Sometimes it's gonna be funny, sometimes it'll be serious, but go listen to that.
Do it.
Yeah, dude.
It's a
And
good
you will be
podcast,
seeing
so far.
all of them on this podcast. I
Yeah,
promise.
Eventually.
one day this summer we're gonna get
We
all
will-
of us.
Yeah,
all,
so
all
we'll
6 or 7
we'll
of us.
do
4-hour special.
The greatest crossover in history.
The Q boys meet.
We're the
Real talk.
Guardians, y'all are the Avengers. It's coming together.
Look, bro. Y'all, thanks for watching.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
It was a little last minute, but
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, no
I
problem,
enjoyed
man.
it. Always a pleasure.
Comment on the video. Comment on or tweet us
Twitter.
at Twitter.
Give us some ideas. More
Yeah.
days, please. We're getting more each week, so
Yeah, man.
Thanks
We'll
for
be
this
back
stuff.
next week about the same time. So y'all tune in. Thanks for watching.
have a
And
great day.
Have
Stay
a great day.
safe,
Fantastic
ladies and
day.
gentlemen.
Wear your mask.
Goodbye.